Welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Pixie Nixon. Welcome to the DSL Welding Services V8 Supercars presented by the SRW guys. And I've got Steve on the side. How you going, Steve?
I'm very good, mate. Very good. Always a pleasure to be sitting beside you here, mate, and raring to go for Sandown.
Yeah, mate. This is probably one of the tracks we've went to so many times already. We've already had the F3s and the Porsche Cups, and a lot of the cars are already here. So this will be a good night. Good to see our big V8 supercars. A lot of power, a lot of grunt, and we'll see how we go. Tracks 22 ambient. Sorry, it'll be a good night. They're just waiting now to be ready to go out and track and do their qualifying. And like I said, DragonRC for this. Sorry, there we go.
What's that?
As our sponsor.
Yeah, g'day everyone. Sorry, just got some permissions issues in the server. Qualifying will be getting underway shortly. Let me have a look at how many we've got in the session. We might do two.
It's going to be interesting. Sandown was tricky the other night. I was on track and doing my my usual spins, and tonight hopefully the guys can keep it straight, keep it clean, and yeah, good luck to them out there. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just had a bit of an incident. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, some people just went out and tracked there. I don't know why. Race control haven't called it out there. So I think we got David Coleman right at the front there. But what's your experience around this joint, Steve?
Oh, mate, my experience doesn't really count because I'm a hack, but I've had the I've been on here in the Rads, been on here in the F3s, been on here in the V8s.
Yep.
So it's good. I enjoyed it actually. I thought the very first time when they launched it, I thought it was going to be crap, but
Yep.
I really like the track. I really do. I reckon it's challenging. It's got some really tricky corners that if you don't get right, you lose a lot of pace on. So you'll see the experienced guys they're going to kill it in those spots, and the guys who are still learning the track they're going to lose a tenth or a bit more here and there. Looks like someone's doing a burnout in the pit.
Oh. Hey, everyone loves a good burnout in this joint. But like I said, DragonRC is our round sponsor. Thanks to those guys with awesome RC cars. Good to see them for our round sponsor. Still waiting for our pits to be open. I think not too far to go.
They're going through a briefing right now. What they're going to do is they're going to have them split into two grids. The volume of cars on track just to give a bit of a free range run. So they've split it by numbers. So half the cars will go out now for their pre-qualifying, and they'll call them back in.
Yeah.
And then they'll do it again and come back and do the rest of the field.
Yeah, call them back in, and so this will be our qualifying. And then obviously we've got the top 10 shootout. Who's in your top 10? You reckon? Who's? You don't have to go down the order, but just out of your own pocket.
You know what? There's a few boys that have been doing the I don't know if they're here. I don't even know who the field is at the moment, to be honest. But few boys are doing the Logitech 1000, so hopefully they're back and on track. But the fishy boys are going to be there. You're going to get these boys that are on screen right now. They're going to be up there. You're going to have the what's the other team I've got? Blackall DSL. The Team SRW boys aren't going to be there for the top 10, but they'll be competitive. But it's going to, I don't know, racecraft. It's all these teams, 9 to 5. It's really hard. SLM, they've been doing really well. It's it's one of those tracks that's going to be in the actual shootout itself. It's going to be hard, but even just to get in there, it's going to be hard. They've got to keep it clean, keep a rhythm going. I don't know.
Yeah,
anyone's point.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I'm more eyes on my guys. You know, the 1-9 guys. They've been doing so well recently with all their practice and stuff. You know, they've been really trying to get the supercars nailed. What about guys that are new to the supercars, but obviously not new to the team? He created the team was Christopher Blakely, and you know he's been learning the car and trying to get his head wrapped around it, because yeah, definitely a hard car, especially around here. Someone just had a huge lockup up downhill. That was Linton Williams. Wheels, sorry. He just
So
went
there's
off.
10 minutes left for Group 1 to get their laps in.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see who's done. Coleman's done his first, which is good.
Yeah, so Corey McFarlane, like what a weapon this guy is. Like a 106.8 first lap, like he's just pulled that out of the bag.
Just after Dave thought he'd be up there.
Yeah.
And he's gone, I'm just warming my tyres up, mate. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just beat you by about, 1 hole 10.
10. Yeah. It's we've seen Corey, like he's just he came to the series, and obviously we had Jamie Dyke, our guy that's just been always just been up there, won a couple of championships, like and been really good. Oh, Dave Coleman just having a slide down the hill, and Corey McFarlane came along and just came knocking on the door and went, give it to me, and and he's just been a weapon.
He has. He's a phenomenal driver, mate. And I don't know how old he is, but I don't think he's that old. He's an absolute weapon. He just put his hat on the rack and said, "Look, boys, I'm here to put my name on this series, and any challenges, come and join me."
Yeah, and that's it. And another big ones is Matty Keane. He's went from Super 2 to Super 1. He's not far off the Super 1 guys. It's good to see. Craig Schultz, good to see him. I've done a lot of racing with him. Awesome dude to race with. Awesome guy too, in the 9.5 racecraft entry. Oh, a huge slide from Craig Schultz there. Oh, there it is. Just Craig, absolutely with a huge slide.
One of those drifting moves where you just want to tag the wall.
Yeah, he was just full sideways there. That was really cool. Craig Schultz, everybody.
How do you live on track? You got any idea? Because I'm looking at this list here, and as in full grid tonight, because it looks massive.
Yeah,
so it's expecting a few boys to be missing with the invitational on today, but still like a massive grid going.
Yeah, and I think we had this invitational today, and obviously from the guys from 9.5, you got Johnny, Dylan Rudd, Sean McNamara. They were doing it from 9.5, then Fitchy wise. Actually, Jamie Dykes, just see him in the pits there. That's incredible, eh? Like he's just done 6 hours at Bathurst, and he's just came to rock everyone up. Like I'll keep racing, guys.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know.
No idea.
I did the GT3 the 1.5 hours not like last Friday before, and I was sweating bullets. I was like, God, how do these guys do these things?
Yeah. I mean, you're doing an hour and a half on your own, which is pretty incredible. Corey McFarlane's still on top. Just having a look at the times. We've been chatting away. 106.8. Then David Coleman.
Simon Mazzamo. He's putting that up every week, isn't he? Oh, Brad Walker's up in 5th.
Yep.
Brian Sagasa, how do you pronounce it?
Sagasa.
Sagasa? Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got me there. David Keane, Paul Gerland, Thomas Riley, Paul Thomas, Tyron Walsh, Christopher Bleakley, Jacob Hughes, Andrew Proctor.
Yep, Andrew Proctor. Yep.
Peter Pavlovich and Newton Wells. So I said that really slow because we were calling Andrew Proctor Adam the other night, all night.
Yeah, that's right. He definitely corrected us on that one. David Coleman just went up to the top with a 1.6. Good lap by David Coleman. Blake Delaney just did a 1.72. Craig Schultz is still
all in the third sector he did.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Barland's just put 2 purples and a 2.83 in the. He still didn't make it up. That was unbelievable. So that third sector that Dave Coleman just did must have been an absolute stonker.
Yeah, I mean, and seeing David Coleman's lap time, that's an awesome lap time there. 106.6. I mean, I was
gone in the first sector again. He's obviously gone straight for the other one straight after it and kept it hot. He hasn't gone for a slow, so he's got a purple in the first sector.
Yep. Yeah, and you look at those lap.
Sector. He's on a ramp.
Yeah, he's on it.
Yeah.
He's definitely on it.
Just in front of him, which is hopefully going to give him a bit of a draft for his sake when he gets to. Yeah.
He might have backed out. Yeah, backed out of it. So I think he's just going again. I think he's just thinking he's got a better lap time under his belt, and that's, you know, you can definitely have that. So he's going again. Corey McFarlane. Cross the line. Yep. Send it Sim Sports. Yeah, backed really right out of it on the straight there. Paul Goblin just let him go there.
He took the foot right off the gas.
Yeah, Blake Delaney we got on screen here now, so Sagassa's coming through. Just going to pass him on the outside. Oh, not Sagassa. Oh, there's Sagassa. So that wasn't Sagassa, my bad. Too many Mustangs.
Unfortunate. I don't know, but Linton Wills looks like he's got some good grip around those corners.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, that was Matt Stewart. My apologies. My own teammate. But, yeah. I'm going to get roasted for that later. Probably am. Oh, that's how it rolls, isn't it? Just... you get something wrong, if you get something wrong, your teammate's going to just roast you. So, you know what's scary about... The scary thing about these qualifying is, Steve, it's you don't know where you're actually sitting. Yeah, you can go out there right now, BP1, Corey McFarlane just clipped Dave Coleman there, by half a tenth or so.
Oh, not even that. It's 612 to 668.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
I reckon Corey McFarlane's got to be up there, but I wonder what Dyke can do, the bus driver.
Yeah.
Seeing those lap times. Yeah.
Looks like the guys are having a bit of impeding issues here and there because of the traffic that's on there. I'm sure it's all going to work itself out because it's tough. It's going to be, I guess it's as real as it's going to get as real world when it comes to this sort of stuff, because it's exactly what you'd get in the real world on this track. It's a condensed track. You're going to have a lot of cars on there, and you're just going to have to fight for that hole in the wall where you can just have a gap and just go for it. If you don't find that gap, you're just going to have problems all the way through. Yeah,
and you're totally right about that. You know, I did the East Coast, one of our good leagues out there. You know, one of our mates, and they do a supercar series, and Matt Stewart and I did the East Coast Sandown, and I'll tell you what, qualifying that, someone just went off there. I think that would have been Adam Proctor, maybe? Matty Keane, yep, I was close. But yeah, Matty Keane off there. David Coleman were right in the bottom.
Teammates are sitting in 8th and 11th. That was a really good lap by Paul. They've got a bit more pace in them. I know they were doing a bit better in practice the other night. They're the only two that actually practice out of us. Boys. But yeah, let's hope they can get up there with their times. What have we taken running tonight?
Yeah, I've got Christopher Bleakley, Braden Sagassa, and Matty Stewart. So yeah, nickname Chili Ben. Yeah. Nickname.
They'll probably be pretty close to the top 10.
Yeah, well, we're hoping so. I think they're both hoping so. Braden Sagassa's up there. Matt Stewart's slow climbing there.
Paul just got up there to 9th. Well done, Paul. I'm sure
definitely.
The Paul out there watching in full beats tonight. We've already got 16 viewers on YouTube, and Sue Gerlin is there. Yes, she's watching. I don't know if they've done Paw Patrol t-shirts yet. They haven't rung me for it. I'm surprised I actually haven't done a logo for him yet with the Paw Patrol. I think I might do that during the week. I've got 5 minutes spare.
Yeah. Oh, who's got the time anymore? Christopher Blakely on screen here.
Young Deacon girl and just going, let's go Paulie and SRW. One thing I've got to say to you, Deacon, you need to let those fellas drop between your thighs and get out there and join the V8s next season, because I think that's all that's holding you back is a bit of courage. He's got the skills for it. He's just got to be out there. Come out and enjoy it, mate.
Yeah. Well, all the boys in my team have been telling me to do next season on Supercars. So yeah, next season's gonna be a cracker of a season.
Well, we've already got 55 guys interested and putting their names down for season 1 of V8s. Who was that? Hayden Norris decided.
So that's the end of split 1. So now we got split 2 of the qualifying coming out. So we got 2 splits, ladies and gentlemen. So they're not in ranking. So it's basically half and half. And the first
numbers.
Yeah. So this is our second lot of guys coming out. So those guys have set their lap times. So the rest of the guys need to beat those lap times. Top 10 goes into the shootout. Obviously, that's your top 10. Then the rest of the guys for that. So looking forward to the top 10.
See the times now, and whoever does fit in this top half of the grid that you're seeing now, viewers, that is definitely going to be in the top 10 shootout, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think everyone looks forward to a top 10 shootout. We've already done an Oran Park top 10 shootout, and that was really cool to see. But it was funny, like some of those lap times that people put down was actually off tracks, and an off track basically can it doesn't count your laps. So there was a lot of guys that actually didn't put a lap down.
Yep.
So it was all over. Yeah, so
yeah.
6, 7 even, I think it was.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like that.
Yeah, Jamie Dyke just going off the road there. Michael Whiting on screen.
He's probably reaching for his iced coffee drink.
Oh, wouldn't be shocked. Or his peanuts that he's always got next to him.
Yeah, this is true. A very laid back character. Very laid back character. What's our what's the strategy tonight, you reckon, with this track?
You know what? It's Sandown, and from the straight, I would go more off. I'm going to go off my own strategy here.
Well, you know what?
If you need
strategy, mine's just I should be sponsored by Hills Hoist because all I do is spin.
Yeah, Zach Mack.
I like Zach McDonald.
P4.
Oh,
Josh Schultz 10th. Michael Whiting in 9th.
It might be like Brad Walls dropped out of the top 10.
Yep. Yeah, I think Chris. No, Chris wasn't in the top 10. Jamie
Blake come out one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
The times are just going like crazy. Oh, good. He's jumped up like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a quick competitor. Raced around him before. He's really quick.
I tell you what, quality of driver in here at the moment is ridiculous.
Oh,
the
it is.
Getting is absolutely crazy.
Oh, it is. 100% it is. It's our field is just getting harder and harder for quality wise. Like the quality is just unreal at this point. Sam Noble on screen in the Holden 957 Sports entry.
Well, who was that?
Zach Mack just went to P3. Jai just jumped to P6. Well done, Jai. So Zach Mack and Jai are very close as well. Jai's just in front of him. Oh, massive slide from Zach Mack there. Huge. On the curb. Very slippery that thing is. Yeah, Jai just going off the road there in the platinum entry there. Brian Good on screen. He's just going in the pits. So now just who else? I just saw someone jump up there. Cool. No, Jai Blake. Brian Good. Corey McFarlane still P1. Wonder if anyone could pick him off.
First group or the second group?
First group. Yeah.
First group. So he's jumped out. He wouldn't be happy with that.
Nah. I was talking to him and he said he wouldn't mind if he wasn't in the top 10. But yeah, I mean top 10 heaps of pressure.
Cusp.
Yeah, so Jamie Dyke just went P3. Sorry about that. Cough. P3, Jamie Dyke. Brian Good, P5. Zach Mack just reset it and went back to the pits. So, who else we got?
The moment we've got McFarlane, Coleman, Dyke, McDonald, Good, Delaney, Schultz, Whiting, C. Schultz, Sagasa. So you say that name because I get it wrong.
Sagasa.
Sagasa, that's it.
Sagasa, yeah. Oh, it's a hard name.
I was just sitting on the outside edge, and it is bugger all times between them. It is so close.
It is. It's crazy close. It's yeah. I mean, you look at first and second; they're half a tenth from each other, which is just nuts. That's an eyebrow.
Yeah.
That's
So
all it is.
Looks like my boys aren't doing too bad. Brad Wall in 16th, and Paulie in 19th. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, my guys are not doing too bad. One's in the top 10. I think Simon's slowly dropping down.
I just got Fritzy at YouTube going, nothing like having the big boss in commentary. Bit sad to see no Spinoviches on the grid tonight. Yeah, it's a bit sad. I've always stuck one for the team, and it's I have actually made the grid in the V8, and I'm a registered driver for it. So I feel a bit sorry for the boys that are missing out. But I'll be racing next week. If Scotty can't make it, unfortunately I'll be back here again. But that's all right. It's all part of fun. I'm still loving it.
Oh, fuck. I mean, if tonight's as good as Friday and the rest of the week, I think it's going to be a great night. If no one's seen that yet, I highly recommend to go and watch the stream last night. Last time we streamed, on Friday night. Sponsored by Racecraft, that round sponsor for the GT3s, DSL Welding Service GTs, and that was just awesome. I've never seen racing like it before. It was unreal.
It was one of the best races I've commentated on. They've got 5 minutes left in the 5 minutes left in this part of the qualifying, and Paul's just gone on YouTube. Yeah, he needs to lift his game. It's all right, mate. Keep your chin up. 19th is all right. 16th. Daniel Clutterbuck's just popped up to 18th.
Yep.
So the boys are they're spreading it out. Sam Noble's jumped to 11th.
I think someone just jumped up the top. No.
Barland's just done another fastest lap. He's beaten his current lap. He's just sitting on a 106.612. No, that's not right.
There's Mal Powell on the screen. He hosted the server for today. Practice for all the boys, so thanks for Mal for hosting that.
Newbie to SRW, and he fits quite well, mate. I think he's a WA boy like you, if I'm not correct.
He is. Yeah, really cool dude. I've known him for about 9 months plus. He's a real good chap. Hosted today. I jumped in and said hi to him. I did some laps around here, and I did jump into the sixes, so I was quite happy with that. But yeah, definitely. It's such a cool track, and thanks for all the people that do all the background stuff, hosting servers and all that. So thanks for that. There's Zach on screen with Michael Whiting behind him.
Yeah.
Big fish.
Cool bit of a tail out of that. Bit of a. Well, Zach on the fourth with that lap. Yeah. So we're still up McFarlane. Well, Dave Coleman's the leading fish out there tonight, which is good. Yeah. He's been proving and getting up there, and the boys have been getting him a lot of raps in his own team. And actually, I'd say Scotty was giving him massive raps a few weeks back, saying how much he's improved. And I'm tending to agree, mate. He's got his head down, bum up, and he's doing real well. Yeah. You look at the guys around him, and they've just been giving him so much support, from Delaney to Dyke to Fish. Yeah. The big fish, Whiting. Every week, so he's getting plenty of support. Here's a little fish. Little fish is in 29th at the moment.
Yeah, little fish, pocket rocket.
I'm itching for the day he gets into the top 10 shootout. I reckon it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Bruce Tannock is there, and he's dropped out. I didn't see him do a lap.
Yeah, he did come in on the second little group, so I don't know what's
We've
happened.
got a few people out there in YouTube land. Ridley Turner is still a big field, even though the 1000 was on a few hours ago. It just gives you Ridley. That's full credit to our drivers at SRW, man. They're fully committed to the league and coming out and giving a good show. And you can see it. I think the top 10 shootout is something you just can't miss. And then David Kirby replied to Liddy to let's not talk about the 1000. I'm assuming David Kirby's had a bit of a try.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kirby. You know, he did the 1000 today. Like, massive effort from him. Well done to him.
Yeah. It's going to be a massive party if the little fish gets into the top 10 shootout. I reckon it will be a massive party. If he gets into the top 10 shootout, and when he does, we'll have to do a full docudrama on the family. Just get get it all done on SRW TV.
I mean, we should do a podcast about people, and I reckon Ty Delaney would be up there for the first interview. That's for sure.
No. Hang on.
Oh, hello.
No. You've got to start with how the sim racing gear is all paid for by the male model and his male modelling career. If you don't start there.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, Scotty. Ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Rankin, the rattle gun, came back from dinner. So good to see you.
Yeah, just come back from a shoey, mate. So.
Yep. Good on you. Good on you.
Congratulations, Scotty, on your win tonight in the car.
Huge win, and that's the critical thing about that is it puts Sim Racing World 1-9 Sim Sports at the top of the tree in terms of the teams championship, and we've now got a huge buffer at the top of the drivers championship as well. So got some breathing room. So IndyCar's going great, and it's two big results in 2 days as well. You know, competing in America, we managed to snag a podium on Friday morning. Like that's first over round without any issues. That it's been 6 months coming to actually get an oval racing in the States, whereby something out of my control hasn't happened. So
well, being the team owner or one of the team owners, you were under review.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was
But we have seen the last few races that your statistics have improved.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep you on for another season. How's that sound?
Mate, I am the statistics. So what
listen to him.
Hang on. You're talking to the SR10 champion here.
Yeah. And it's the same thing as like my Australian title in fucking motocross. Sorry, my apologies for the language. It's the same thing as my Australian. That's the first time I've sworn in like 3 seasons now.
Well done, Scotty.
Yeah. It's the same thing as my Australian title, right? There's no SR10 class again this season, so you're the defending champion and you'll hang on to the title for another season.
Let's stop talking about Scotty's ego. We got
no.
Get out. Braden Sagassa on the first one on track for our first car on track. just took a poo on Scotty. So
Scotty, you sticking around, or did I waste my racing time tonight just for you to come in at the inaugural timeline?
I mean, you can just start from the rear of the field.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Well, I think it's the best combo tonight. We have the boss man and Scotty and I. How good?
Yeah, nice. I'm not adverse to that at all. Just being that I pay the paychecks, you guys just need to know when to shut up.
Pretty much. That's all to it.
Anyway. Alright, so Braden's Sagassa.
In 2 sectors.
No, this is his formation lap. So he's just bringing the tyres up to temperature, ready to fire off. So he's about to go green on this lap, and this will be the first car at the top 10 shootout, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, hello and welcome to the Melville Equipment Corporation top 10 shootout, live from Sandown Raceway. Proudly brought to you by DSL Welding Services, Melville Equipment Corporation, Toyo Sim, Racecraft, DragonRC, and Warren & Brown Tools are your sponsors here tonight. Turn 1 at Sandown, and the cars all kinds of sideways from Sagassa. after the Porsche Cup around here the other night. He'll be a little bit disappointed with half moment there.
No, you would. He would, wouldn't he? He's, that's what Sagassa's like. He'd be happy he's in the top 10, though. He's the only 9 car, so in the top 10, so he'd be probably bragging about that in the chat. But yeah, coming up to the fastest corner of the whole track. 4th gear, right on the curb, use all the track, go over to the other curb, smash it. Oh, sideways, lock the brake. He's going to hold it. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Oh, he's got it. He's got to hold the lap, so he's still going to be in the top 10, but I don't know how the lap's going to go. Didn't get enough track.
No matter what happens at the end of this lap, he'll still be P1.
Technically, yeah.
Very true.
You're probably bragging about that, but yeah, Braden Sagassa across the line. What lap time has he done? Let's have a look. 109.8. So he wouldn't be happy with it, but hey, he got a lap time down and seeing what we saw at Oran Park. Yeah.
Can you see on screen what is our top 10? Who are our top 10?
No, I actually haven't been able to grab that one yet, but obviously another car firing in a pit lane at the moment. That looks like one of the racecraft entries. And Sagassa will go ahead and join us in the commentary box. Now, Braden, P1 obviously on Thursday night, and I know Connor still hasn't heard the end of that yet, but that was a scratchy lap, but doesn't matter, you're P1. You're P1 again.
Yeah, I'm happy with the P1 so far.
Cool. The last time we'll talk to you tonight, we'll P1, and then you walk out of the commentary box. I was P1 when they talked to me.
Yeah, that's all we need, mate.
Obviously, a little bit scuffy lap, not happy with it, but it's inside the top 10. And when you scrape into the top 10, you put a clean lap together, you never know what could happen. That could be good enough for a 6th place.
Exactly right. I just felt the pressure first time I tried the top 10, and it just got to me.
That's sort of a consistent theme. Talk to us. I mean, look, you've obviously had a strong result here on Thursday night, so the confidence would definitely be up. But it's out on the track on your own with everyone watching you all at once. That doesn't happen. That never happens in any other racing situation.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, breathe it easy. Go take a breather. Get back down there, and good luck in the next run.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah, mate.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so Craig Schultz will be the next one out here for 9.5 Sim Sports and the Racecraft liveried car. And turn 1 immediately, slightly less scratchy.
Yeah, really good start here. Over the curbs, really throwing it over there. Hard on the brake, 2nd gear. Hit the apex, get the curb on the outside. Awesome run onto the straight. Playing up all the gears. This is where the top speed is critical, so he wants to get a good run. He's just banging up to 6 here now. Now he's going to wait until the last marker. He's going to hit the brakes nice and hard here. There's the marker, bang, 4th gear. Purple sector in the first one. 2nd sector, green. Down to 1st gear. Now he's got a short shift on the curb. Oh, bit of a slide. Didn't get to the 2nd gear too early. Got to it too late. There we go. Going down the gears, nice and hard on the brakes. Hit the curb. That's going to be a pretty good lap from Craig Schultz here. Up the gears, bit of a slide on exit. Really good.
Didn't wiggle in the end, but well done. I'll just quickly run through the top 10. McFarlane, Coleman, Dyke, Mack, Whiting, Goods, Delaney, Schultz, Craig Schultz, and Braden Sagassa.
Alright. We're going to drag Craig Schultz in here. You can have a chat to him, Scott.
Craig, what's going on, buddy? That was a near perfect lap. There was a couple of half moments, but the thing is, when you're in a top 10 shootout, it's full commitment. Half moments are big moments.
Yeah, they sure are. Yeah, I definitely didn't capitalize on that lap. Like you said, a couple of small moments, and yeah, just didn't put it all together.
It's a tricky track to go racing at tonight, and the worst you can finish now is obviously P9. You've put the lap in, you're ahead of Sagassa. It's a long race. It's about settling yourself in the groove. Are you in the groove? Do you feel comfortable? How's the race?
I'll be honest, it's not one of my favorite tracks, but starting in the top 10 is always a good place.
Look, it's sometimes best to go point racing, and I get the feeling that Sandown's one of those tracks for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, mate. Head down tonight. Go and get them.
Thank you.
From one Schultz on to another, we'll jump to Jai Schultz on the run down to turn number 1 for Platinum Racing. And a lot of curb there. Didn't pick up the throttle. Didn't wiggle it. and he didn't scramble all over the curb on the right either. So nice and clean in the sector 1.
Yeah, really good here. So he's gonna hit the braking marker again. Really nice onto the throttle. Yeah, bit of a wiggle there. It's alright. Up to the top speed on the back straight. Bit of curb on the inside. Really smashed that curb. That was actually pretty impressive that he didn't have a slide there. Up to the top gear. You know, there's the rev limiter. There's the brake. There's 4th on the curb. See how much curb he uses. Heaps of it. Right down the gears. Second gear, a bit wide. He's still got the outer curb. It's gonna coming up to the last corner. This is probably the hardest little bit because you're all pressured, and the lap's pretty good. Here's Josh Schultz coming across. No purple sectors, but it's green sectors. Coming across the line now. There's purple.
Yeah, he's done the purple last section.
Yeah,
And he's
P2.
gone straight to the top.
Yeah,
Well done. All that last sector.
yeah, it was.
So as they roll out for qualifying, is the order that they're rolling onto the grid at the moment. Josh Schultz has just joined us in the commentary box. That was clean. Again, didn't look like a full confidence lap. It looks like there was a sort of a half held back. I've just got to put this lap together. I've got to make sure it's a good lap.
Yeah, no, definitely a few wiggles in that one and missed the apex in Danny Road, but other than that, quite happy. So just see how it holds out, really.
In terms of the racing line down at turn number 1, I'm actually curious. Everyone else has run all the way out to that curbing on the right-hand side at the moment. Are you more preferable staying away from that curb? Where's the line there for you?
Is that the exit curb or the
Exit curb, turn
apex?
1. Yep, exit curb on turn 1. Because obviously that lap you clipped the inside curb just a little bit. Again, well, I mean, both curbs. Are you happy touching both curbs there?
Not so much the inside one normally, but the outside I like to use it kind of like a motocross berm. So that was the main one, but I think I missed it on my lap.
Yep, absolutely, you did it. All right, mate. Well, obviously a few things to improve on there, but worst you can do from here is P8, and that's enough to be in the top 10. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, boys.
Josh Schultz slots it onto the front tops of the tower at the moment, but Blake Delaney is starting to make sure that he gives himself a good check out in that mirror. When you're a male model, you check up and you look in that mirror a few times. Yes, I do look as good as I last remember. That's right. Now, right, back to Dandenong Road.
Yeah, Delaney's definitely the looker and fishy, so the brakes again. Yeah, purple sector there, good little bit, heaps of curb, super committed, bit of a lock up there, bit of sideways action coming down the hill, kept it, and it's gonna really, like I said, this is the hardest little bit, doesn't look hard, but it is, on the curb, all sideways there, crossed up, on the curb, really good run. Now let's see what it is. Blake Delaney, 2 purple sectors, and he's P1.
Go to the top of the charts.
Yeah, flat 7.
035.
Yeah, that was good. That was awesome. On the male model.
Tenths from our original quality session. No one's cracked the 6s yet.
Yeah.
Is the track falling off or?
Asking me?
Yeah, Blake. You go, mate. The track feel like it's falling off, or is
Not too
it
bad.
one of those things?
Yeah, track's not too bad. It's I just haven't done a great deal of practice. I probably knocked off probably 3/10 into turn 1 just then by sending it too far long. So it's a long race, a lot of fun.
Yeah. How was today? Just quickly.
Yeah, we had a good run, mate. We got unfortunately into a bit of strife late in the race, but fought back pretty hard and ended up 23rd, I think it was. Which is pretty good for us. I mean, we're all pro drivers, mate. So. It wasn't bad. Thanks for asking.
Excellent.
Good luck today. Have a good call.
Thanks,
Take
mate.
care.
Most importantly,
Everyone disappeared on us just then, but good luck.
most importantly, Blake,
Yeah.
how's Ty feeling about tonight?
He's pumped, mate. He's
Absolutely.
ready to go. He just did his best lap. We cleaned out the brake pedal because he had a bit of brake drama. He was touching brakes as he was driving down the track of in each car, but he's fixed all that. We think we're good to go. We think we fixed it anyway.
All right,
So
good.
what you're telling me, he's going to be faster than me by more tenths now.
We'll see how we go.
All right, good to see you, Blake. Have a good run tonight, mate.
On you boys, have a good call.
You too, mate.
And Brian's not set any purple sectors, but the lap again. What I'm detecting is it's clean, and that says to me he was a little bit nervous last week. The confidence is up now. Oh, that was a lot of curb. He monstered the curb there. The second last turn. Gets back to the throttle nicely. It's going to be a good lap. You know, worse. Still only good enough for P2, which says Delaney's actually set a reasonable marker.
Yeah, he did really well there. So we'll get him in the booth.
550, sorry. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Brian, mate, how'd you go on that lap, mate?
Yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with it. She felt a little bit loose, to be honest. It was, yeah, it could have been a bit quicker, but yeah, made a few little errors. I think that cost me.
Yeah, well, we've seen recently in the top 10 shootout, it's all about being a bit clean and not really, not having the lap for the top 10 shootout, not being the fastest, but having that time there.
Well, that's right. And look, I'm just happy to be the top 10 shootout. It's a pretty cool little thing to achieve, so happy with that.
100%, man. Well, good luck in your race, and we'll hopefully see you on the top step, man.
Good on you guys. Have a good night.
You too, mate. Michael Whiting in here.
There he goes.
Big fish on screen, so he's got to hit the brakes nice and hard. That's probably the hardest braking zone. You can't hit the apex. You got to let it run out. Hit the outside curb. Braking zone. You want to miss that first one. Hit the second one. Really run it out wide. Now you got to tuck back in. Hit the apex. Yeah, really nice run from Whiting there. Really good. I don't think he could have done that any better, to be honest. Up to here, up to the fast left, as I call it. It's a prick of a corner, all the way to the right, nice and hard on the brakes. Stayed in fifth gear.
Purple. He's gone purple though.
Second gear, he was in fifth gear coming down the hill, so the setup's a bit different. Second gear, short shift. This is going to be an awesome run from the big fish.
Yeah, don't jinx him.
Yeah, I won't jinx him. Yeah, nice curb.
Oh,
Didn't hit the. Yeah, really nice run from Michael Whiting coming across the line.
Is that going to hit the spot?
Oh, wow.
Close.
That looked
0.402 to 0.035.
That looked really quick.
It did look really nice and smooth. You reckon it was that last corner, that bloody Dunlop corner?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what it would be. So he's in the booth.
Gentlemen.
Big fish. How you going, mate?
Good.
What do you think of the lap, man?
It was good till the end of Dandenong Road. Just broke a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Would have been
Is that
a 7-1, 7 flat, something like that, I think.
Yeah.
What's going on with that voice, mate? Is that just too much chewing and screaming from today?
Yeah, probably. It was a big day.
Big day?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're backing it up the big day with a bigger evening with us at Sandown.
I just made me want to get in the supercar today, watching those boys. It was good.
Yeah. They did well. I heard the top 25, so they did really well. How is there any strategy or hints you're going to give us to how you're going to go tonight?
To be honest, I haven't actually thought about it. It's going to be flying by the seat of my pants to see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if it's anything like the boys did on Friday night, it's going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, should be good.
100%. Good luck in the race and have fun, mate.
Cheers, boys.
Too easy, mate.
It's out.
It's out. So Zach Mack on his lap. Oh, he's just all crossed up there. That was huge from the 9.5 Sim Sports guy. Zach Mack.
I'm starting to think, he's been in a couple of these now, and the confidence was growing from Zach. Remember back at Phillip Island, he started to look good, he started to look comfortable. He was in the groove, so I was thinking, look, tonight might just be his night. He's done well to get into P3, what, P4? P3.
Yeah, P4.
P4 from qualifying, so... But it might just be too big a mountain to overcome the last part of the lap. Run down to the final two corners. How much corner is he going to slap over on the right-hand side? Oh, little wiggle. He's done well.
That was more little wiggle.
It'll cost him about half a 10. But...
Oh, it's going to be an... what is it?
Third. He's got a 107.3. So he's done well. Even though that wiggle, the guys are hitting that inside corner at Dunlop so hard.
I don't think Whiting put a lap time in. It must have been off track. Oh no, there it is.
No, Whiting's got it. Anyway, we've got Zach Mack up in the booth yet again. Now, Zach, we've obviously talked to you a few times over the last couple of weeks. The confidence has been growing. It looks like that might have been a little bit too brave, just a little bit too confident there tonight, just pushing a little bit too hard.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Well, look, I mean, sometimes you got to go backwards to go forwards. You don't make those mistakes. You don't learn. You don't improve. The thing that we've talked to, I think, over the last couple of weeks has just been that confidence factor and obviously nerves. It's all settled down. You're starting to find your rhythm with these top 10 shootouts, and you're starting to feel a lot more comfortable in the car. How was that run tonight?
Well, considering I did a slide, I'm happy with my time. So, and I think it went all right. And obviously, that slide put it back a bit, but yeah, wasn't too bad after that.
It's a tricky track to get the overtakes done on, but extended time periods here tonight. Is the strategy fuel save and stay in the train, or are you going to pull out and try and make some moves?
I was trying to get some moves down.
All right, big hero moves. All right, and the only other piece of advice I have for you is look after the car. Make sure you don't have any of those off tracks. Last week was obviously horrible, and you don't want to be reminded about it anymore. But I've got faith in you, bud. You've done really well the last couple of weeks, and I'm seeing you improve. Even though there was a couple of mistakes, that happens to everyone, man. Get your head down, go back and get them.
Yep, thank you.
Dikey is on an absolute stonker, man. He's got
gonna...
the first and second sectors, and the way he went through the first sector, he looked like he was bouncing it everywhere, but he's just riding those bumps like a wild horse.
Yeah, we know as Dyke is a very quick operator here. He's on screen.
Let's see how he handles this corner. If he can get this clean, he'll be straight to the top.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Look at the curve usage.
Look at
Flight
that.
at it perfectly.
Look at that.
On the inside.
It's going to be a good one.
Wow, there it is. There it is.
6-9.
Straight great, mate. Well done.
Yeah, awesome lap there from the bus driver. So yeah, 6-9.
First one to break the sevens is a 106.985. Well done.
Yeah, awesome lap there. Bus driver. We saw in that lap, it was just absolutely, it was amazing, mate. Just purple sectors the whole way.
Was it? I actually made a few mistakes, but
here we go.
You got a green in the last sector, mate. Oh, there's a lock up in the warm up by
Yeah, that's Coleman.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. We just went from one fish to another. How are you?
Pretty good. The first half lap was really good. Felt really good. Coming into Dandenong Road, I broke a little bit early and obviously got a little bit of wheel spin in the last corner. But no, I'll take that. Pretty happy after today. Pretty tired, so
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'd take that any day.
yeah.
So what's your big thing when obviously you're coming to Sim Racing World? Is it's starting to get to the point now where you're running a lot of these longer races prior to the SLW V8 Supercars. What is the number one tip for anyone out there that's having issues with concentration and fatigue over a long day like this? What keeps you focused? What does Jamie Dyke do to make sure it's braking, entry, exit?
Take it as enjoyment and fun instead of work. Because even though that it is work, if you enjoy it, you're not going to feel the effects of it until afterwards. You know?
And anything you want us to pass on to Dave Coleman about how terrible his lap is, even if he pips you?
No, he's only 104 behind.
Coleman goes red hot here, so if he pips me, well done to him.
All right, mate. So we'll pass it on for you, Jamie. Coleman's going to come out of the last corner. Run to the line. Is it good enough for P1? Is it good enough for P2? Where's it going to be for Dave Coleman? 106.985 to beat, and he slots it into P3. So it's Dyke that maintains the top. The worst that Jamie Dyke can finish now is P2. You will have a fishy car on the front row. That much is confirmed.
Like a school of fish from 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, 2 rows there from the fish. So now we've got Corey McFarlane. Throw Coleman in the chat here. Get a bit of an interview and see what he thought.
Dave, you there, Dave? How you going, DC Shades?
Good, mate.
A little bit of shady eyes tonight. You having a few difficulties trying to pick up braking markers? We spotted that lock up on your warm-up lap.
I just made a meal of it. I probably went a bit too conservative and didn't have the tyre temp, so it is what it is.
Tricky track to get around here, but Jamie Dyke says I'd back him in around here. If there's somebody that I'm looking at to keep my eyes on, it's Dave Coleman. Lots of confidence coming from the teammate tonight, mate.
No, I don't go too bad around here. I probably made a dead set meal of that low. I went to conservative into one, and then it just wrecked the whole run. But yeah, race pace should be better than the quali or the shootout, I should say.
Strategies here tonight: go hard, sit back and save, just watch the traffic, look for a safety car. Do you expect a safety car tonight?
I'd hope so, to be honest. Keep it nice and interesting, and probably lap traffic's going to be the other big thing, depending how far we go, because of safety cars and stuff.
Yep, short lap, minute and 7 seconds. All right, mate, best of luck. Get your head down, and we'll see the other side. Oh, Corey McFarlane's got an off track. That is it. Qualifying is done. That will cancel the lap for McFarlane, and he will start P10.
Yeah.
He will not be happy.
His run lasted all of a corner.
Yeah.
You reckon the pressure of beating all the fish at the top?
Yep, it would have been. 100% it would have been. It would have been. Right, I've got to beat these guys, got to beat these guys, got to beat them. And yeah, too much pressure, and he's got an off track, and that's his run done. So unlucky for Corey, but that's racing.
Yeah, well, it's another challenge for him. He's had it a bit easy this week. Never really win like he has, but he's had a good run this week. So had to I guess fail a little bit somewhere just to make it interesting for us. Yeah, so well, it's going to be an interesting race.
Definitely will be, from him starting from the back. So we'll drag him in, Corey McFarlane.
Yeah.
Send it
A few boys online. Harry Dodds telling Coleman he had got some good pace. He was very, very impressed with his form recently. And Eddie Davidson congratulating Zach Brown. Proud. Good luck. Watch. Well done for the hometown boy.
When all the eyes move on to Corey McFarlane, one of the few things we don't expect to be saying is, "Oh, there's a mistake." That's a blue, and it's on record, Corey. How do you go about responding to it?
I forgot to push the brake hard enough, so yeah. Oh well.
I got Corey. I'm writing that one down. That's going to be one of my excuses. Hang on.
Mate, it's difficult sometimes. We've seen a lot of guys trip up over the last couple of weeks. You know, what is a different format, a top 10 shootout. It just doesn't happen. You don't do this sort of format often enough, and to put the reps in, there is nothing like practicing in the game. And the only way that you can get game day practice, unfortunately, is to run it out there. And one mistake, but sometimes you learn from that. You go, look, something to stick in the book.
Yeah, doesn't really matter considering it's a long race. This one, isn't it?
Yep, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, no, not too fast. Don't mind, but yeah, sure. I'll hopefully have a bit of luck at the start and stay out of trouble.
So does that change the mindset now, knowing that you'll start from P10? It's going to be the outside on the run down to turn number 1. Normally, be looking to defend, cover off that inside. It just flips the script just that little bit.
Yeah, too fast. Just then, hopefully, wherever I brake, there's not someone in front of me, because yeah, my turn 1 braking's not exactly the best. So just see what happens, and probably won't go too aggressive at the start, and then just try and work my way forward from there.
In terms of race pace, how is it compared to quali? Obviously, the qualifying pace was there. We've seen some very strong race pace from you over the last couple of weeks. How is the qualifying performance? The race performance? Do you feel as if perhaps that's the strength, and qualifying is just sort of like one of those things that's a nice bonus to sort of have?
Sorry, yeah, I usually feel a bit more comfy in the race, and find it pretty easy to settle into a rhythm and get on with it. But yeah, the quali setup's very average for Sandown, so hopefully go a bit better with the race setup, and just try and keep the tyres under it.
All right, mate. Well, best of luck. Get the head down. Oh, okay. Yep.
Before you go, Corey, question for you: how many podiums this week?
None.
One or nine? A couple of nine?
A few at karting today and yesterday, but that's about it. Haven't been
So you
been
managed
bothered.
to go karting in today, some racing today?
Yeah, been at Gippsland, so absolutely rooted, and
yeah,
Yeah.
How many races did you do today?
It was just 2 heats today and then a couple yesterday.
All right, cool. All right, well, good luck with that, mate, and good luck with the race tonight.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, top 10 shootout is in the books. Jamie Dyke takes it out from Blake Delaney. We've heard those two names on the front row way too many times. Second row is also going to be the Fish. It's Dave Coleman and Michael Whiting. Zach McDonald puts together one of his best qualifying performances so far this season in P5. Good will be off alongside of him in P6. Jai Schultz and Craig Schultz will be row number 4. So who gets the better run down to turn number 1 will be the better Schultz at the end of turn number 1. And Braden Sagassa will be off alongside Corey McFarlane. The youngster will have someone to deal with way back there. DragonRC is the proud round sponsor from the Sandown round here tonight. We'll be heading across to our race server momentarily. In terms of things, Steve, how did you find that?
Before we go, I want to hear about your day today, mate. So tell us about how Team SRW went in IndyCars. Now that we've got a few minutes, we can be all about Scotty Rankin instead of during the telecast later on.
Can we not? Can we not do
was
this?
It hard work? Was it good?
It actually was. I actually got in a tangle with another car and had to burn a fast repair about halfway through the race. I'm kind of glad it actually happened nice and early. The big thing is obviously, you've got teammates. It's a team championship as well. So Connor's my teammate. Was trying to talk him through the strategy, trying to talk him through what he's trying to do with the car, trying to get him on the same page. Additionally, even though Indy cars are a fixed setup, you actually have 5 things that you can still adjust even with a fixed setup. So you've got fuel map, front and rear bars, and weight jacker, which is a ride height at the right rear spring. It's an oval setting. And then brake bias. So it's not just as simple as show up, go quick, and run hard. No, you still gotta get out there. You still gotta work your ass off. You still gotta really put the time and the effort in. It's IndyCar's really not that just show and go sort of thing. So
yeah, so it's not just left hand down, and off you go.
It's funny, Steve. Like I know how to set up an IndyCar for a road course. I've always kind of known that. I know how to get my way around there. But it was funny when Scott and I kind of go between 1.9 and SRW, which is really cool to see. And Scott's just been showing me so much for ovals. It's been incredible. And now we've went international to the States, which is really cool to see, a bit of a big opportunity and seeing all that and definitely learning a couple of the stuff. Yeah.
It was a third, and you were a bit unfortunate, Pixie.
Yeah.
But got a podium, and he did a big yeehaw, which was a bit embarrassing. But
for me, that's relief. To be perfectly honest with you, it's a big moment of relief. Like if you have a look at the last 6 months, I've just been banged from pillar to post. Like I can't put my car in the right place at the right time. The pace is there. I just can't get lucky to save my life, and that's racing sometimes.
I have been watching your races, and you've been pretty unfortunate. But you know what? That's what racing's about. It's those times that test you. And it's just like in any sport, it's those times that test you that make you better when you get to the end of them. And then all of a sudden you find that you get the rhythm, and then you start getting in better positions. People say it's luck, but it's not. It's just that you become sharper. You get yourself in a position where you're not in the vortex, and you make that break when you need to. So it's luck. I mean, Tyson tells me that as well. Tyson says not lucky. You've got to be out there to win it, and you've got to put yourself in the right position to win it. And you've done that.
For sure. Look, I'm not sitting here and I'm not saying, you've got to be lucky to win it. I mean, luck is always an element of it. It's racing.
It's not a big percentage. I definitely learned that tonight. It's probably like 5%. I feel like it's 95% skill, setting it up, and even Scotty's been showing me you got to set it up 3 laps before you even make a move.
Well, to get a move done at Texas, that's what it is. You can't. Yep. You don't get the move done. You've got to back the move up 3 or 4 corners. You've got to set yourself up. You've got to build to the move. Like Texas is such a momentum racetrack that you can't just show up on the scene and get the job done straight away. You've got to back up the corners. You've got to look for the open lane of air. You've got to read what the other cars are doing. That is so important in terms of IndyCars. Like when you look at most of all oval racing, when you look at NASCAR and all the stock car styles of racing, it's single line, single grooves, try and wiggle the other guy out of the groove or save some tire. With IndyCar, you can't follow the guy ahead into the corner. You follow the car ahead into the corner, you're going to run about half the speed he's running. So you've got to read the pack. You've got to look where the open.
Where do you draw your comparisons? As in your drifting, your drafting, and everything like that with the V8 supercar. And if one
there is no comparison. There is no comparison. Straight up, there is no comparison. It is a completely. It's the closest thing is Formula One on ovals. Because that's the only comparison. The weight of the car is so critical. The fact that it is a light chassis with a ton of downforce is so critical.
You got me wrong. I don't mean in the driving style. I mean more in strategy and everything like that. I mean the ovals, I guess, is the strategy behind it is based on balancing your car and preserving tires. With the V8, how does it differ?
It's pretty similar. I mean, you always work backwards, right? You go out hard, you work backwards, you figure out what's my critical lap number, what's my critical time, how much fuel can I conserve. If I'm leading in terms of oval racing as well, you don't want to lead. Leading is death in IndyCar. So, particularly at the start of the race, I like to follow, I like to watch, I like to read people, because to me that's far more important than going out hard and getting the lead.
All right, you can admit that. That's cool. You think if you were out there tonight, where would your mindset be right now? And you just came out of that top 10, and then, for instance, let's just turn around and say, Corey McFarlane. He's a great driver, and even the greatest of drivers will get a bit knocked back on a qualifying like that. How's he going to regroup now?
He's probably gonna go right. Where can I make the positions? Where can I set them up? So you'd probably go right, turn 1, first lap, first corner. That's where my opportunities are. I could probably get 2 done there. Then go right, okay, so that's P8. Right, now go up to the back straight. Right, there's a fast left there. I can put the car up the inside. I just need to get a good run onto that straight. Then go go down the hill, sit behind someone, be patient. First corner, bang, straight up the inside, and try and make the positions up. But even see if there's a safety car.
Whereas for me, I actually go the opposite way.
See, when you say that to me, I've got 2 ways of thinking of it. Like, for me, who's not a quality driver, my first instinct is to stay clean and not worry about passing someone. Just let go through it and just ride away.
And that's the other thing too.
Corey's caliber, he's got the skills to do that. He's got the skills to put his car in a position where he can overtake. So I guess that's the difference between winners and spinners.
Yeah, and that's it. And
it's something I said to Connor a ton of times tonight during an IndyCar race. Is he come up against some early sort of issues? There was obviously a guy that was driving around us a lot more aggressive than we wanted to be at that. It's that's right. What can I control? What am I as a driver in control of? And if you throw it back to the NZ IndyCar series, which is obviously that's where we were tonight. Last week I started 24th, 25th, and I finished P5 in the opening race. It was what can I lose here? And when I look at Corey McFarlane can lose far more than he can gain on that opening lap.
Yeah, and that's
at most he can gain 9 spots on that opening lap. Realistically, he can only gain 5. If I'm thinking realistically,
that's what I'm thinking.
He can lose 20 spots.
Yeah, I reckon his strategy is going to be cruise it for the first lap or 2 because he knows it's going to be a long race, and then from there we'll go for it. All right, but before we keep going on, well, this takes longer than a race someone just put up there. Look, it won't tonight because tonight's an enduro race. But you guys out there on YouTube and Facebook, if you've got any questions, now's the time to ask us because we've got drivers interrupting us or racing. And
all commentators.
I mean, it's
the 3 of us have been in commentating or on track pretty much all week, and we've either been in the cars or behind the mic. So now's a good time to ask a question and fire it away and let us know what you guys think of the top 10 shootout, and let us know what else you'd like to see out here in SRW.
There's actually two points I'd like to make in the time that we've got. There's actually two drivers I really want to zero in on. One of them's an SLW driver, one of them actually isn't. Guy by the name of Cameron Hardwick, and Connor will know the name. Doesn't get to race much. Big dirt oval fan. Has followed a lot of sprint cars through his life. He's picked up the IndyCar probably about 6 months ago, and he's just started to slowly learn, slowly pick up the IndyCar, and slowly focus on that. Tonight, I think he come away with a P5, P6, and that's the best I've ever seen him drive.
Yeah,
and
100%.
It's the things that I said to him after that was, okay, you've now got the pace, and what's the next step? Build the confidence, consistency, and get the reps in, because you can't be at this level without putting enough reps in. Take a look at Jamie Dyke, right? Driver that's driving a lot today and a lot in a specific car. And it's the same thing for me. I'm in the IndyCar a lot, and that's my car, and I'm spending a lot of time in it. There are basically two cars that I'm racing at the moment, and they are the TCR and they're the IndyCar. I'm not touching much else. I'm not on the sim. So you can either be a good driver at everything, or you can be an average driver at a lot of things. You know, you're never gonna sort of
do both.
be able to do both. And that's what I said to
YouTube wants to know which fish's birthday is today. I reckon it could be time for Ty's turn, I think.
Yeah, 100%. But you know, and like Scott said, you got to be just, you know, drive one to two cars. You know, I've actually dropped the supercar. I used to drive it all the time. Now I'm actually doing IndyCar and F3. So the guys at Racecraft Simulations, they actually bring me on board to be one of their factory drivers, you can almost call it. For Racecraft Simulations, and they're doing the F3A. Great bunch of guys that run that league. Go and check it out. And and basically I've been learning off those guys. Like, some of them are, you know, pro racing drivers, and you know, and a lot of them are pro sim drivers. So it's pretty cool to see that point of view. And learning off those guys is massive. But when I drive the IndyCar, I'm learning off Scott. And, you know, Bryce and I, for 1.9, we're learning off Scott to learn ovals. Then I'm helping Bryce for the road courses and Scott for road courses. I don't know. But yeah.
Here's a challenge for you, Connor. Get your pro F3 drivers to come and compete with our F3 drivers, because I reckon we've got some stonkers in our F3 league.
Oh, you know what? Like, the guys that I race with Racecraft, it's so funny. Sometimes they just turn up on the race night and absolutely have a bang of a night, and you just think, wow, that's incredible. One of them is Alec. He's an awesome dude, really nice guy. And around Bathurst, he was doing 201s, and he didn't touch the sim, and I was like, that's incredible. And that was on Automobile Lister turn. And for reference, I've driven the supercar for so long, probably a year and a half worth of supercar driving, and I was doing 203s, just for a reference. So it's just insane. The guy's just incredible.
That's all right, man. It's like I'm proud of my 223s.
And it's incredible from that point of view. You know, so I might hit him up though, 100%.
Either of you boys got your Facebook up? Is there any questions out there from our Facebook viewers?
I'm sort of watching at the moment. It's basically just Pete Morris that was just asking at the moment. But yeah, look, I mean, the other I was going to go back to another driver, and the other driver I was going to go back to is Matty Keane. And Matty Keane's an interesting case because he's a driver that used to do a lot of stuff in the real world, and he can no longer actually do that due to specific circumstances.
Just hang on for a second. I'm getting a really bad echo from you at the moment, mate, and I'll probably get the viewers as well.
Yep.
Who from?
From Scotty. So I don't know if he's changed something on your settings or anything, but
no, don't worry about it.
That's better now.
Yeah. So, and why am I picking out Matty, and why am I zeroing in on Matty? And it's because he's picked up another car. He said, I want to drive something new. I want to learn. I want to focus. I want to improve. And he's gone out and he's targeted NASCAR as his new thing. He's putting in the reps again, talking to people that know more. I don't know a single fast guy that doesn't like having people come and talk racing. I can see you doing this. Why are you doing this in this manner? What are you learning from doing this? And that's what it's been about. Matty ran 134 laps of green flag racing last night in a NASCAR official session. It came out P20, and he sat back and went, "You know what? P20 is actually a great spot for that split and that level of drivers."
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
While you're telling me this, one or two things. We're not too long till the session pops up, but while everyone's still listening, there's a few people out there listening. When you've got stories like Scotty's telling us about boys, our SRW boys doing really well in other leagues, look, pop me an email at admin at simracingworld.com.au. Send me some pics, send me a story. We'll put it up on our website, we'll put it up on our Facebook. I'd like to promote our drivers as much as possible because it's not just about our league. We want to know how they're doing. I'll get onto the boys tonight and Dikey and the Fishies and see where their results were. It's good to know. I'd like to promote all the teams as much as possible. The more we promote our teams, the more your sponsors get some radio time, TV time, whatever you want to call it, and it's beneficial for them. So they get a bit more bang for their buck. So please send me an email if you've got something coming up or you've done something really well or your team's entering something and they've kicked some ass. Admin at simracingworld.com.au. So send it out. And the few people that are on YouTube at the moment, like, subscribe. We love you and keep going. You've got to get those subscriptions up if you want to hit 1,000.
So I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, we've got 32 people watching right now. Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the stream. But you know, going back to the IndyCar, like Scotty and I are just kicking ass, as you say, Steve. Just you know, the levels we're scoring is awesome. You know, I didn't have a good round at the NZ or our American international thing we're doing, and you know, but learning off Scotty, I've just learnt so much in such little time about being patient, being thinking more with your head, not with your right foot. Is massive. You know, I've always raced. I would like to say I'm an average driver. You know, you know, I could do a 206 round Sandown, you know, and do well. But it's but I think it's using your head and go, right, calm down. You know, I lost a couple of positions in the IndyCar race, and Scott was in my ear, like, calm down, you know, and just keep going.
Particularly with IndyCar, because the races are so long, the strategy plays such a crucial role. You know?
Contagious One says you don't listen to Scotty. He said NASCAR doesn't go good.
I'm going to be honest.
The session's about to start, everyone, so stay on tune. We're just about to go racing soon.
So what happened was the session that I was actually spotting for Matty Keane last night. I've never ever seen an iRacing session, and this was an iRacing official session, go green for 134 consecutive laps. Never. It just doesn't happen. The NIS last night, Connor, went green. Matt Split went green from start to finish.
That's incredible.
The whole thing. That's never happened. I've never seen it. In 2.5 years that I've been racing this, and I've been doing NASCAR, never happened in that time.
Yeah, like, that's incredible from that our caliber of guys, and just the racing is just incredible now. Like, we're just hitting goals left, right, and center. You know, and for that many laps green, that's incredible. So yeah, but you know, you talk about.
Okay, everyone, thanks for joining. Just waiting for a few more cars to join in. Just announcing that there is one rear grid penalty carried over from round 2. That's to car 74, and that has been applied to the manual grid for tonight.
You know, and I keep banging on about it, but like, your dad's Blake Delaney, right? And you got all the fishies around.
The race control report indicates that is for towing without permission last week.
Going into such a big world of sim racing, you know, you know. It's such a big thing, you know. Like it's not a hobby anymore. It's bigger than a hobby now. Like I can't describe how sim racing has got how big it has now.
Just basically, I'll be entering track and practice.
You know, for a little kid to jump into this space and you know, do well as he is, it's good to see. And yeah,
you know what?
Top 20, yeah, massive.
Not to pat myself on the back or the league on the back, but but I will.
Of course.
Really great. You know, it's like if we had a toxic environment or an environment where there was people yelling and screaming, there's no way he would let Ty race in this league. But he knows that he's going to get a break. He's going to be treated just like another driver out there. And you know what? for anyone that's starting in V8 supercars, they're the hardest car to drive. I don't care what anyone says. They're the hardest car to drive. No traction control, no nothing. Things just like driving on ice when you first jump into that damn thing. But we are the perfect place to come and learn how to drive it. We teach you how to drive it. We've got training sessions, and there's an atmosphere where you can go out and go for a spin and not be afraid of fast drivers, punching you. I mean, it's going to happen, but it's there. It's a good environment to learn in. He'll go off to give you better things as well.
You are really good. How good is this drum? This is an amazing drum. No, but you're 100% right.
It's the ethos of our league. It's not the drum. All right.
And everyone will sit out there, and they'll say, "You're just promoting your own league." Okay, all right, no worries. Come and try. That would be my argument to you. If we're like that, we're like that for a reason.
We've had guys that have just come to this league in this season, and on Discord, they couldn't believe they were getting free training by Precision Sim Training. They're some of the fastest guys in the country, and they were like, "This is unbelievable. This doesn't happen anywhere." Well, you know what? It does happen. It happens at SRW. Because we look after our drivers, we look after them like a community. That's what we hear. We're a community. When one of us bleeds, we all bleed. We all feel each other's pain in this community, and we all rise to the occasion. That's why I want to know how the boys are doing when they're out on track and how they're racing in other leagues and how they're going. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're my boys. They're SRW racers, and they're part of my team.
Yeah,
but that's the culture.
Yeah, it is.
The open chat banter, as well as Daniel Fritz just said, is amazing. I mean, there's something that I want to point out is last season in the Porsche Cup, I was struggling. I couldn't get anything going ahead. Sat down and said, "Hey, Adam Hughes, right? Guy that's won so many Porsche Cup championships. Very, very good driver in the Porsche Cup. I'm struggling. The setups aren't working. I just can't find any rhythm. I can't find any consistency. Yep, here's some lap guides. Here's some setups. Here, how can I help? What can I do to get you out on track and do improving?" That's the culture. And then you laugh about it.
Yeah, and that's it.
Man, you really, really suck, don't you? Yeah, man, I suck.
Oh, man, I can just imagine your ego going down.
Okay, thanks everyone. Welcome to round 3 of SRW V8 Supercars Series Season 4 here at Sandown. Tonight's
absolute wicked driver. Steve, if you not Steve, Adam, if you're watching this, mate, come do the Supercars. I dare you. And
yeah. I've already poked that bear a few times.
He's race controlling. Get out.
Yeah.
Out as well, guys. So we're not too far off. The boys are warming up, and Corey's already gone out there and done the fastest in the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Fritz is a perfect example. He just said hello on YouTube, and the open banter. He's a new boy, and he's probably felt like he's been here for years because everyone's so friendly. You can have a chat, you can have a chinwag. There's a never-ending level of advice as well. And I'll tell you what, when I first started, we only did Porsches and V8s, and I was racing when it was still the FRL league, and I was, excuse my French out there, I was absolutely shit. I was more worried about hitting people. I was off the track more than I was on the track. A little bit more on track these days. But the boys took me aside, here's your braking, try to bias, try this, try this setup. It was unbelievable. Then within half a season, I was already being able to stay on the black bit.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, you don't have to be able to. There's a lot of people that walk into sim racing, and they just don't know where to go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
The culture of sim racing.
Me aged to find these guys. I think Dean found the boys.
Well, they're your boys now, so you didn't just found the boys, you took them over.
Sorry for our little banter, but Schultzy's in the green room, so maybe, I don't know if we want to drag him in or not.
Oh, we can.
Why not? Alright, let's get a grid up here.
When the grid goes up.
Yeah. I was going to say, what do you think?
Nah.
Yeah, go for it. We've got a few seconds spare.
Oh, alright. Let's see how this goes. Schultzy, mate.
Mr. Schultz.
What's going on?
Oh, not much.
How you liking it, mate? You loving the show?
Yeah, mate, I'm loving it. Loving the sponsors round banner going up there. I love that a lot.
Anyone would appreciate that a lot, mate. We'll call out the grid. Oh, we're chatting away. Scott, go for it, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your front four spots tonight. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish is how we're going to call it tonight. Jamie Dyke from Blake Delaney, David Coleman and Michael Whiting. Your top four positions. It's more than a Dr. Seuss novel, I promise. Zach McDonald from 9-5 Sim Sports and Brian Good are the first two drivers without a fish next to their name. Jai Schultz and Craig Schultz make up the all-Schultz fourth row of the grid. Braden Sagassa, after a strong finish in Porsche Cup on Thursday night, is off alongside Corey McFarland. Seb Noble and Matty Sculls. He ain't just quick at the boat ramp, he's quick in a V8 supercar too. Moving on to page number 2, Simon Mazzoma, one of the furthest back spots that Matt Stewart started from. Revs are going to start to rise. David Blake, Mel Powell, Brad Wall, Hayden Norris, Michael Quash, and Daniel Clutterbuck, your top 20. Lights are out, and the run down to turn number 1. It's all the way in chaos from the rear of the field. Cars missing front ends, front clips, front splitters, and Ty Delaney was one of those cars back down there. And they're around in the first turn as well. Hayden Norris got a big collection. Clutterbuck or Quash, one of the two. Clutterbuck is backwards and all bent out of shape. They'll file their way down through turn number 1. And no safety car yet, and Corey McFarland, what were we saying before the stream? You can lose more than you can gain on lap number 1, and Corey McFarland has gone to lap P22. Unsurprisingly, safety cars out, and the melee will settle.
Now we can talk to Schultz. Now we're going to safety car, so that's perfect.
Oh man!
What a start!
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that, mate. But I'm glad it's you and not me. What's your predictions tonight, Schultz?
I don't know, mate. You know, I've been looking at the times, looking at the drivers. I'd probably say, well, it's going to be one of the fishies, I reckon. Just by looking at what's going on. Yeah, nah, man.
We're the only ones that have managed to stay clean at the moment.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I don't know what happened or who did what, but that looked like someone spun the wheels and just went real slow.
Somebody just didn't start.
Looks like a stall.
The SLM car looks like he's the SLM car looked like he just spun it, or he's just missed a clutch. I don't know what he was doing.
He just hasn't picked up the throttle. Just has not picked up the gas.
What's this? His teammates just missed him.
That's out the rear bumper of Zachary Vlajbom. It's the 72 entry that was the one that got collected, which is Tyrone Walsh. And then down at turn number 1, the melee, it was Aidan Norris that gets bumped into turn number 1. That's it right there. 4 wide in turn number 1. That's Daniel Clutterbuck that's around, and a car in the background completely unsighted. Just comes
This is what gets me. You can't fit 4 wide in there, guys, and it's like, why are we even trying? Corey looks like he spun on his own there too. It looked like the two Alpha Venturas themselves out as well.
Well, see, Steve, they're not trying to go 4 wide. Somebody's checked up, somebody else has been shoved 4 wide at the last possible moment, and everyone's just going for the same bit of racetrack all at once. There's nothing in that. There's absolutely nothing in that. That is just a lap 1, turn 1 incident. There's nothing in that at all.
That's
I hear you, but I'm feeling the pain.
That is absolutely insane. I mean, look, you know, you can lose a lot more than you can gain, as you were saying, but caution's always key at the start. That, you know, you can never win it on the first lap. You can always bin it and lose it.
But you see my point there, Schultz, as well. Like, everyone's just... They've got to 4 wide at the same moment that everyone's gone for the same bit of real estate. Like, that's racing. That's what we talk about in terms of luck.
Mate, 100%, but again, you got to remember, you know, if the guys in front of you are going to check up, I mean, I know that I do it myself, I leave a little bit of, you know, room on that first couple of laps because you got cold tyres, cold brakes, your brain's not switched in, you're not in a rhythm, you're not exactly sure where you can brake identically versus everybody else, you know, the likelihood of you locking up and, you know, potentially destroying the entire field is very, very high at that point. But yeah, in terms of the drivers, you know, making it through at the front was, you know, it's where you qualify, is where you're going to finish generally. Qualify at the front, you avoid the melee and all the attack and everything, and you go
You've
through
been
there.
driving some ovals.
Look, maybe just a little bit, but yeah, I'll look, man. I'm looking forward. I'm definitely going to come back next season and jump into another season of this. I miss it.
Well, mate, we're gonna have Super 1 and Super 2s on a separate night with a full top 10 shootout, so it's going to be sensational at both ends.
Yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to coming back. I don't know, I was talking to Steve.
Yeah, you were talking to me, mate.
yeah, getting really itchy and wanting to come in and just chuck me and throw me in as a wild card, and you're like, you're full. I was like, oh, damn.
Where's your first problem? You started by talking to Steve. Like that's generally a recipe for disaster.
Jeez, I don't know about that.
Where's the mute button, Connor?
Hang on, let me find it. It's in the back somewhere. Hang on, give me a sec.
Oh, well.
Hey, mate, we're out of stock, mate. So yep.
While these guys are trundling around, I know if I'd be spotting my guys, I'd be telling them save fuel, keep everything up to temp.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're ready to go racing. When the safety car comes in, just prep as much as you can beforehand and save as much fuel.
One of the biggest things, and we did touch on it pre-stream, was how you respond to adversity. So, all right, well, we talked about Corey McFarlane and how he qualified, and he said probably you've got to get through turn 1. You've got to get through lap 1. Now he's made a dumb mistake, and as a driver, and Zach McDonald has been through this. Zach went through this all last week. One mistake tends to trigger multiple. How do you press that reset button?
Well, generally what you do, you resettle yourself in the car during the safety car procedure, or everything that's happening now. You'd start by pressing your brake pedal hard, making sure that you know where your brake point is. Even though you are going slow, you can still press it and find out where you're going to lock. You can mentally reset yourself that way by saying, right, I'm at the back. Now what do I need to do? I need to get through these cars. How do I do this? You do it smart. You do it smart.
Something else that never goes away is those restart nerves. If you're not nervous, you've probably done just a ton of racing, in which case you probably don't need to be nervous anyway. But look at the field. They try and settle themselves down. We're on the run up to Dandenong Road. The fish are going to flay themselves right out and flash some headlights.
Well, I mean, look at the moment, look at how big the field is and look at how aggressive everyone's bunching and they're not sitting in a single line. It's going to be another wild second lap, I reckon, of racing. And it looks like, turn 1, potentially turn 2, I'm predicting another incident for sure, especially after the melee, because now you've got some of the faster guys in the back that will be trying to push on that first restart lap.
So Corey McFarlane, he's now gone from P10 to P24, and it's all on his own. His shoulders. All of a sudden, now the script's flipped. Now it's not survived the first lap. Now it's get aggressive. We have got another hour and 10 minutes worth of racing, and Jamie Dyke fires it off the final corner. They're going to hold him, and they're going to hold him a long while. This is going to cause a huge check-up back up in the pack. Everyone's touching brake lights. Green flag in the air. They'll pick up the throttle. Who's going to dip? Who's going to duck? Who's going to dive?
Yeah, there was that check up there, and Braden went almost into the back of Josh Schultz there.
And now I can tell you Corey McFarlane's already making spots. 1 down into turn number 1. That's check 1 off of the list. I think that is Matty Skulls that's a mile off the track. It's just a 3-figure number for the rights in racing cars, which should be Skulls. So they'll all get through there. 2 wide coming off of turn number 4. On the run down the back straight, the 219 cars will line up line astern. See them on the right-hand side of your picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big red fish, blue fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Up in front, and now Schultz will grab himself. Sorry, Skulls is going to try and settle himself down in behind Jai Schultz. The 219 cars get 2 spots. 1 car bobbles wide. Where do they refeed back in? Look at them all scatter as they run down to the back end of Dandenong Road. Quash trying to find himself a spot as well. McFarlane's picked off, 4 cars now on this first lap, so he's already back up into about P20. Quash trying to get down the inside here, and he'll have Hughes in behind him, so it's the return of the man from the boat ramp himself, Jacob Hughes, to the series. And I tell you what, it might be easier to back it down the boat ramp at this rate.
I'm not going to stress you up, mate. Just keep going. This is absolutely hectic everywhere.
McFarlane just grabbed another one. That's him, goes through the center of your screen right now. Look for the orange car, up to P number 19. Now he'll line up Michael Quash. They're going to try and go 2 wide through the flip-flop in sector number 1. Still settling themselves down. Brad Wall's just in the front of this shot as well. That's another one to keep an eye on. Lock brakes aplenty as you all run down there. And the field will start to settle themselves down. McFarlane's up to 18th, but I want to keep an eye on the back end of this pack. P24 backwards are bottlenecked.
Yeah, looks like that so far. Like, look at the back of the field there. It's just, oh, 2 wide down the hill.
3 wide into the end of turning on road, and Brad Wall's at the head of that one.
It's nuts, just them going down the hill, like, probably the scariest part of the track. They're going 3 wide, there's 2 wide there. Christopher Blakely, Corbin Farley, contact.
Checks up to redress. That was the critical thing. He did not gain a spot from, oh, now he's out of action. As they trip over each other again.
I was just about to say, Corey needed to be very careful here. As I was just saying, for the safety car, it's all well and good. You need to race smart, not race hard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
look
going
like that.
File it back into someone.
That is disastrous for Corey McFarlane.
Good news is he's still going, right?
And I've got news for you, no meatball flag, so he does not have to return to the pit lane and serve repairs. He'll be waiting for another safety car if you want to serve that one.
Yeah, 100%. On the outside.
Leakley and Wall will go side down the back straight. Look at the damage to the right. Left rear quarter panel of Brad Wall. Picks himself off another one, and that is, caution is the better part of valor from Chris Leakley on the run to Dandenong Road.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what? 12 months ago, Brad on that move, that was sensational.
Yeah, he wouldn't have completely different drive. Oh, there they go.
Another
SLM
7
car.
post in.
Andrew Proctor in the 380 entry, the DSL cars.
Yep.
9.5 on the back of Jai Schultz here. If one goes through, and the other one will go through. So they're just going to set him up, sit behind, so they might get him on the straight. Bit of a lock-up from the front 9.5 car. So you've got 1.9 and 9.5. All there's a
Drag
to smoke.
Yeah, Andrew Cowan's going to try and get down the inside here. I think that's Wills. He's outside, indeed it is. So, still hasn't got the job done from Cowie. They still will go side by side. We'll cut over. That'll be a slowdown penalty for Cowie, so he'll have to give that time back up. Gets it done. And Wills does the over-under. That was good driving.
Nothing seven. Black flag.
Zachary Blashmon, that one is.
Where's the wiggle? Good contact. Side contact there.
Good hard racing. Robbins Racing, boys. Robbins Racing.
Oh, Christopher Blakely's around.
So, you know, it's just, have a look at the grid, how many cars are just so up each other, left, right, centre by a couple of points. You have a spin and you pretty much lose 20 spots.
Oh, look at that. It's just not enough brake pedal, as Corey McFarlane said.
He's done really well.
Oh,
yeah.
He's so new to these cars and he's just exceeding. He was in 15th there. So I'm lucky for the my boss man, as I call him.
A couple seasons back, I made a recommendation that holding the brake should not be an enforceable penalty. Like, every time. It should be circumstantial. And if you have a look at Christopher Leakley there, if he held the brake, that would have caused a 10-car pile.
Yeah, 100%. 100% there. Yeah, so yeah, he did really well there. He just did so well there and just got off the track really safe and well done to him.
I mean, admittedly, if there was somebody down the inside of somebody there, he's getting cleaned up, but luckily for him, there wasn't. Linton Wills is going to get overtaken by Callum Hodgkinson in the Alpha Venturi racing car. Gets passed by the crisscross racing car of Callum Hodgkinson. It's good to see him return to racing as well. Known Callum a while. He has steadily improved himself. He's also just good fun to drive around as well. Callum is awesome to hang in.
Yeah, definitely race against him well, mate. It's something interesting when race against him.
Now, the field starts to settle themselves down here, Schultz. We've seen it all week long. It's difficult to get an overtake done here at Sandown. You've got to set yourself up. Do you maybe pull back just a little bit and go, it's a lot of risk. I'm going to save some rubber. I'm going to save some fuel.
Well, usually what I'd be doing here is I'd be sizing up the guy in front. Obviously, you do it every lap. Figure out where you're quicker. Figure out where he's faster. Obviously, be close and farther apart. Usually at this point, what I'd personally myself like doing, I'd be looking at, okay, where's he faster and why is he faster in this particular part of the track? If you can match the car ahead in 2 seconds, obviously if you're faster, so he can pull away before the big straight and you get a toe to keep up. If you can just improve that, just, you know, ever so slightly to keep with him, you've got a very good chance of putting him under pressure in a spot where he's not so good, and they're more likely to make a mistake at that point.
And how critical is this? Have a look at the viewpoint. Go on board again if you can with Craig Schultz. Right up underneath Jai Schultz's rear bumper. Visibility in a train like this. We saw an incident a few weeks back in the Porsche Cup at Oran Park, where Harry Dodds just had no visibility coming over the bridge of the incident up ahead. But when you're in a train, that's it. That's all you can see. You can't see. There's signboards left and right for the viewer that indicate braking markers, or you'll have a little mark on the track. You can't see those in a train.
No, you can't. Usually what, you know, I'd be looking at the rear tail lights of the car ahead. You know, I'd be focusing on them. You roughly know where you're going to brake no matter what. As soon as they touch the brake, you know that, you know, you're at a safe point where you can, because, you know, your reaction times, you know, where you are going to definitely make that time.
Have a look at this. Too wide once again coming down the hill. It'll be Clutterbuck trying to recover. Matty Keane will slide just in front of him. Yeah, so the contact on lap 1. No, lap 6. Oh, okay, so it's the contact that puts Skulls into the fence. No, it was Hughes. Sorry, it was Hughes into the fence.
He's going to have one of those nights he's not going to want to talk to us afterwards, that's for sure.
Now look, you know, you never count anybody out. If there is a safety car after this, he's right back in it, remember? Just remember the critical lap for the fuel number, the earliest lap you can hit, as soon as you get past that, you know, it's a free game.
Turns onto the back straight now. Dylan Thomas fishing a little further down the running order, but he's got Aiden Norris in behind him. Aiden Norris did not have the cleanest of lap number 1, so he was all kinds of sideways on the run through there. Quash is the next car in the line, so Quash is starting to move his way forwards as well. They're all sucked up in behind Dylan Thomas in the 818. And back to the fishies at front.
These guys just all over the road, just using all the track, but I don't reckon there'd be any team orders here. It'd be like game on, basically a practice section for these boys.
Oh, he's run wide.
I'll tell you what, we can actually nearly have a fishy, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, because Jamie Dyke is 1 fish. One of these guys needs to change their number to 2. That's 2 fish.
Yep.
Who's red fish and who's blue fish?
yeah, exactly. So up the inside,
well, there's red
Norris
fish
here. Oh, he's gonna pull it up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really nice there. He went wide. Dylan Thomas actually crisscrossed him there. Oh, bit of contact there with Hayden Norris and Daniel Thomas there. One of the TMX cars up the inside there. Oh,
that was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. Yeah, on the inside, really good move. I'll tell you what, how clean is the racing though? Like everyone's going, oh, you said it! I said it! I had to say something.
That is
just lost it on that curve too.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, can I order a Chevy Contact coming out of turn 4, please? In 5, 4, 3. Yeah, Connor Nixon doing all the moves right there.
Yeah, that's just all me.
Did you at least tip the driver? The delivery driver, Connor?
No, I didn't actually. No,
I should have got to tip the driver, mate.
I know, mate. How's this though? My teammates just on the back. We did a bit of practice today with the boss man and with our new driver. And look at this.
Position,
yeah.
Well, chilly bit. Have a look at him. He started way. Oh, okay.
Oh, that was interesting. Oh, that was Matty Keane. Oh. Oh, both of them off there. Corey McFarlane there too. I was going to say, that I'm just watching on screen. It's quite funny. You've got 219 boys and the 295 guys in the back. So, that's pretty interesting. Both sponsored by Racecraft Simulations, by the way. Bit of a tag there. Thanks to John Lee for that. But yeah.
How about getting bang for your buck? DragonRC's round sponsorship is shocking in the views tonight, I think.
How good's this?
Oh, mate, you know, DragonRC boys sponsoring the round, obviously, for SIW. We're doing what we can over here. Yeah, if you guys want anything. Gee, mate, these guys are going hammer.
I was going to say, do you sell... Look, I know you down there, Schultz, you can sell even new sort of rear tyres, but they're for RC cars, not for VXC.
enough of them. I'm pretty sure you can make it work.
Gaffer tape will do wonders, mate.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, one's
that
just
was
gone
awkward.
off again.
That. Yeah, that was.
What's have you guys got anything that you're promoting out there for your from your stores and everything like that before we boot you?
Oh, Jesus, you'll see how it is. Dang it.
Look, if you've got a bottle and a half of talent, Steve will take 10.
Nah, look, you know, DragonRC, obviously we're coming into the holidays and that. Hit up dragonrc.com.au and you will see a bunch of brand new 30-degree North 1/5 scale RC trucks coming out. They are on their way. And also check out the CY race engines. Join the winner's circle with us. Love it, leave it.
Mate, I was going to ask you.
You see the commercial and how spectacular these RCs are. You'd think they were real vehicles, man, and they drive them like real cars. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the fun and all the effort. Yeah, at the moment we're racing in. They got the state titles next week. We're sending out 3 of the teammates down there to go drive while I move house before I can get everything sorted out and get back to racing properly. So hopefully wishing those boys good luck.
Well, I was going to say, mate, the next time I'm down in Melbourne, I am coming to visit you for all day of fun. It's cheaper than motocross racing, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I don't know about that. You know, you don't usually break a bike in one hit. You can surely break one of these cars real quick. You don't know what to do it.
It doesn't take you 12 grand, you know.
No, it doesn't. That's true. You're not wrong.
The brakes just gone off.
That was a strong run for Brad Wall up until that point, up to P16.
Oh, this is getting
good. Yeah. There's battles everywhere. It's just phenomenal racing at the moment. You look at McFarlane's his elbows out. Elbows out. He's going through it.
But most importantly, Schultzy, before you actually do go, do they do any RC oval racing in Australia? Or is that
We don't really have much of that over here, but we do have a lot of RC dirt racing.
Alright, so if I just sort of fire off my own RC car road asphalt oval championships, that's good enough?
That's fine.
That's normally how he normally is, but yeah.
Alright, good to catch up with you anyway, Schultz. It's been a banger, mate.
Nah, 100%. Alright, boys. Thank you. See you guys later. I look forward to the rest of the race.
And before you go, thank you for supporting us from day dot, mate. We appreciate it. We a lot of love, and I hope you're enjoying all the racing. And can't wait to be in your way next season.
Oh, mate, I'm so looking forward to next season. I just got me triple monitors, so we're coming in.
Right.
Well, I was just about to mention this. P6 back to P10. That's there you go. 2 teams, not 3 teams, but about. I'm bad
4
at
teams
math.
if you can't P1 down to P10.
Before you go, Schultzy, prediction for pits.
Look, leaders, I'd probably stay out to the last possible lap. Guys mid-pack, give them another 5 or 6 laps or so, and I'll start making some moves happen, judging by fuel burn. If anything will be whether they take tyres or not.
Yeah, taking tyres will be crucial. Mate, you should just come join the Combox, mate, and I can go and race on Sunday nights. Be great.
Look, don't knock it, because I might do it. You never know.
Yeah, mate, come join the boys, and I can race on Sunday night.
There you go. You're welcome back anytime.
No worries, mate. You have a great
Thanks,
night.
Schultzy. Take care of yourself, mate.
Well, here you go. Two teams that are sponsored by Racecraft, and Brian Good, which I'd say he's running for his life. One of the Racecraft entries, or almost up the inside of Chili bin there. Oh, Brad Sagasso around there.
Did you just put the moz on him? Shane McNamara is Let's Go 9.5s, lads. On YouTube.
They did very well today in the 9.5 guys. Did really well in the Pro Invitational. So I'm sure McNamara would be pretty pumped. And now they're racing. How's that?
Where do you look right now? There's a lot of orange and yellow times going through. So you're looking at from 14 to 17 for Marsh, Thomas, Wall, Norris, they've got their own little pack going. And Mal Powell's just dropped into that pack. Then you've got a bit of a gap, and then there's Scalzi all the way up to 8th. Looks like the Fisher at the top with a bit of cruise control.
Dude, there was an incident. The 9-5 teammates actually turned each other.
Safety car has been called.
Safety car's been called.
Oh, new DSL Welding Services replay for that. That was insane.
So this is an opportunity for Corey McFarlane to get himself back in the game here.
Yeah.
There's the leaders. The leaders are coming down the back straight. Do you just dive in a pit lane? Have a crack. Get in there, get a quick stop out of the way, and get back out there. It may not be a full stop, but I think you're still a pit stop to the end of this race anyway. I just don't think you can make it home from here. It's what, 55 minutes or so to the end of the race? Fresh rubber, splash of fuel.
Yep.
Make sure you stay out ahead of the leaders.
Yep.
Andrew Proctor there. Didn't hit the brake pedal hard enough. Yep.
Oh, one of the fish has gone in the pits. Jamie Dyke's just gone through the pits.
Yeah, this would be the
Corey
opportunity.
McFarlane just went a lap down.
Oh no.
What did he do?
Did not get out ahead of the leaders. So
Wow.
DSL Welding
Interesting.
Services replay puts one of the 1-9 cars out. Was that Matty?
No, that was Sagassa.
Sad gas. That is
Sad gas.
sad
He only
application of
lost,
the gas right there.
He only lost one spot out of that, so
There was someone else right back there as well.
But yeah, if we go a bit further up here, the 9-5 guys actually got tangled up when they were coming in for the pit stop.
So I'm curious where the incident was that triggered the safety car. I didn't see it.
I'm thinking it's this. So we go down the hill, so you got Matt Stewart in front of the 9-5 guys. So Matt gets a bit of a wobble down there, old tyres. You come around here, get the power down if you can without rubbing off no speed. Some speed, sorry. So you come around here. Now watch the 9-5 guys. So they're the black and orange cars. Matt's ran a bit wide. They've slowed up, and have a look at that.
Oh no, it looked like he was going in for a pit.
Yeah, so no communication there, I reckon.
It's difficult to communicate though. It's really. I mean, you'd know obviously with the that's just
boys.
Yes.
Boys. I don't know why you'd
But
be.
that's also decision making. You can't pit when you're underneath someone.
Yeah.
You've got to be on the left-hand side, and he would get an unsafe pit entry penalty as well.
Will 100%.
Oh, he's almost made contact with the red wall there.
That's an unsafe re-entry too.
Yeah.
He'll get 100%. I got that the other night in the Porsches.
Well, unsafe pit lane entry, but the fact that Brad Walls also had to take avoiding action on the way into pit lane says to me that's all. I'd also be issuing him personally, again, this is my own personal beliefs on that, but I would also be issuing a penalty if race control see it. Race control may not have seen that.
Yeah.
I wonder where the safety car came out. Like, I wonder why. So, find out from race control.
So Corey McFarlane's just got a wave around. Just now got a wave around.
Yep.
P23.
So it looks like a car's got out before the pit's closed.
So there's a lot going on here.
They're out the Penrite corner at the moment.
So wave arounds are now going to happen. Safety
Yep.
cars pulling to the left-hand side to allow. This is your traffic shuffling. So that says to me that Delaney had to put less fuel in.
Yeah, well, you know, we've always known that Blake Delaney's just a fuel-saving king. Like, I should just nickname him that instead of the male model. He's
Okay.
He knows what he's doing.
There's a couple of critical things to note in terms of strategy and how it's impacted the fuel. Basically, what you're seeing on screen now is somewhat similar to what happens in terms of the real-world V8 Supercars series. Except for with your wave thighs, it happens on the last lap before they go green. And it happens about half a lap before the safety car pulls away from the field. So they can't catch the field. They cannot pit, they don't get a free pit stop, and they don't get to catch the field. What's now happened for a lot of these cars, and that queue you can see firing past the safety car, they're just coming down onto the start-finish straight now. And that bunch, They all pitted. So they got to pit and get a wave by. Now, the penalty they've faced, and it's not clear to a lot of people, this is something that you only get, this only occurred to me after I started watching NASCAR racing in particular. I started picking up on all the intricacies that are involved in NASCAR strategy. Catch the pack first. Don't pit until you're about to catch the pack. Corey McFarlane pit less than a quarter of a lap in front of the leaders. That's why he went a lap down.
Yeah, that's...
If he'd have caught the safety car, he'd be P16 or so now. He's P23. It's worth 7 spots, let alone all that fuel he's burning now, firing around to catch the safety car.
Yeah.
The only time you get any benefit from pitting is when the cars directly ahead of you are slowed down, or the cars directly behind you are slowed down because they've caught the train. If you have not caught the train, do not pit until you're no longer at risk of going a lap down. The instant you're no longer at risk of going a lap down, pit anytime. There's a whole bunch of cars effectively ahead of Corey McFarlane that waited that extra lap to pit, and they've come back out ahead of him when they theoretically should have come out behind him.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, that I'd almost call it a mistake, but you kind of don't think of it when you're racing. You're kind of like, right, it's open, I'm in.
Well, it's more than that. The default strategy, whenever you hear safety car, safety car, safety car, pit straight away.
Yeah,
but it's track position based. It's not just safety cars. There's a couple of decisions that need to be made. Basically, the way that people look at it is safety cars called straight in the lane. No, you can't do that. If you always do that, you're going to end up, particularly at shorter tracks like this one, you're going to end up with exactly that situation. So that's what's happened to Corey McFarlane. Yeah, if he goes one more lap and then pits, he's golden.
Yeah, and you're totally right about that. And you got to feel bad for him in a way. You know, he's had a black flag now at the back, but you know that's just a mistake that he's done, and you know you got to live with it. So yeah, he's gonna have to really push on here.
Well, I don't feel bad for him. I actually don't feel bad for him because he's completely and utterly control of his own circumstance.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I've done the same mistake before as well.
Yeah. See, I've never done that before, but, you know, I might get it down the track, but Blake Delaney's going to lead the field.
Yeah,
And,
Blake's first. You look at a couple of boys, I don't know how it's going to pan out once the rest of the teams pit, but look, Brad's jumped up to 11th, Mal Powell's in 9th, Hayden Norris in 10th. These boys are like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
So it's going to come around. Zach is McDonald is all the way down to 14th now. He was in, from 5th. Michael Whiting's just in front of him. So looks like a split strategy there by the boys. Michael's gone in, the rest of them haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Matt pit, and he's in P4, so that's really good for him.
Oh, Delaney didn't pit. That's why he's leading.
Oh, that's interesting.
Delaney hasn't pitted, no.
I thought they would have pitted because
everyone
else
did.
Everyone
else did.
The tyres and fuel were dropping off, so he's gonna have no tyres under him. So I've seen this before with Delaney, and he's ended up dropping back. So that's what I've seen before. But yeah, if he can hold the field, 100%, will be a good strategy. But
yeah, guys.
Yep. But we'll see what happens here. Top 3 Fishy, then 1-9 Platinum, 1-9, then 9-5, and further back. So yeah, interesting.
So Jesse Manaman, thanks for the insight on pitting with the safety car, and let's go, Brian Good.
Yep.
Cheers, boys. Keep the chats coming on YouTube. When we get a gap in amongst these two boys that talk underwater, we'll share.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm knackered after Friday night. That's why I'm letting Scotty talk.
Well, I've still got my jaw resting on my desk just like on Friday night. Yeah. If anyone wants to watch a really good race, apart from this one that's going on right now, go back and watch Friday night's GT3 race. And it was an hour and 30-minute sprint. It was not an endurance. It was crazy racing from top to bottom. And it finished.
Delaney.
Here he goes.
Gone. Look at that, all the way to the left side of the track, trying to get rid of that slip.
Hang on, something's happened in the back of the pack as well. we've got the 991, which is Andrew Cowan reporting in something coming in. And I can tell you that he's missing his rear bumper and McFarlane is missing his front bonnet. So something heavy contact between both of those drivers. Guarantee it. And there's more rear wings missing up ahead of them as well.
3 wide coming out of that corner back there. There's huge crash back there. Huge.
No, they've all got through.
Oh, look at them. 4 wide back there. That was huge.
There's a few little incidents in the back there that are hitting the radios like crazy at the moment.
So the race control will have their hands full, let alone Blake Delaney, who's got his hands full with Jamie Dyke in his rear view at the moment. Matty Stewart, look at the positioning from Stewart now. He's up in a P4. He's going to start to harass the rear bumper. And in terms of fuel strategy, he is effective P3.
Yeah, he is. He is. Same with Braden Sagasi. He's in P4. Jai Schultz is in P5. So, yeah, good strategies by those guys. So, yeah, this will be interesting to see what Blake Delaney does. Jamie Dyke really on the back, just pressuring him.
Jeez, there's no loss there, is there?
Nah, no loss. Absolute, just given the front bumper of that Mustang.
You've got to love the way these cars get on 2 wheels around that corner, eh?
Oh,
it just looks
magnificent. But, yeah, Blake Delaney's got no tyres under. You could just see the thing moving under power.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at Dyke. Look at him. He's just harassing him.
It's glue, mate. It's glue.
Yeah, and that's it. Especially with the setups these guys will be running. Yeah, these things would be glued.
Guys, have a look at the whatever you want to call it, the timing tower, whatever it is. All orange and yellow all the way through. It is spectacular racing everywhere.
Have a look at Whiting, who's still going to keep going toe-to-toe, and that was Brad Wall, so Fishy versus SRW Motorsport. Just the way we like to see it from Brad Wall.
Matthew up the inside, great move by him.
And there's an incident for Quash as well.
I don't think Corey McFarlane has a front bonnet, sorry.
Yeah, something happened at the start of when the safety car pulled out. There were 3 or 4 cars hit each other down the back where McFarlane was. So I'm not sure what the incident was, but it was a little bit of a mess. There's a few guys asking each other if they got bumper bars or.
I'm seeing 4, minimum of 4 missing rear wings. So we've opened up our own sports sedan class, and there are 4 entries currently.
Look at how close Brad's gone there.
Yeah, one of the 9.5 guys is up the inside. We'll just wait. Nah, he's backed out. Smart move there.
That's McDonald, actually. Zach Mack.
Not going to make it. Get the nose out, make it clean.
Oh, you've got to show the nose because it just puts it in the guy ahead's mind. Hey, look, I want to get by. I'm going to get aggressive here.
Mate,
And all of a sudden,
is Bruce Tannock, mate. When you watch him drive, he shows that nose at every little corner. He gets in your peripheral, and then when the time's right, snap, he goes.
It's multiple things. It's psychology and it's nature. The way the human eye works is it works based on movement. If something's moving, our eyes get drawn to it. You know what you're looking at when you're looking in your rearview mirror? The other car. You know the thing you're not looking at? Braking marker. Skulls out and around the outside, trying to hang on to it there from Zach Mack. And Mack will move up one more spot for the 9.5 Sim Racing clan.
Another tap.
Just pushing him through the corner.
He's just, you can almost see the front bumper just flex that little bit.
Is that a NASCAR move, automatic skulls?
Oh, look like.
A little bit of bump drafting.
That's crazy. Oh, a bit of a lock up for Zach Mack there. And now Simon's going to try and get on to the back of Josh Schultz now. Then after Josh Schultz up to the 1.9 entries. And Hayden Norris, oh my, that was hard. He's up a bunch of positions. Michael Whiting down 7 positions. Up the inside there. On Craig Schultz, good move. Really good move.
It's a big fish. It looked like a fish out of water for a few laps, but now it's got the job done. David Blake's going to try and find it. down the inside of Andrew Cowan. They're still going to go toe-to-toe down there as well, Sam. Noble's lining up another overtake there, and that's on Christopher Bleakley, who's at the moment going backwards. And Bleakley's going to let a few guys go still side by side. Good bit of sports sedan racing right there. 2 cars missing rear wings. Who needs grip at the rear?
Nah, no one needs it. Look, Christopher Bleakley just getting pushed wide there out of the exit.
Stay confused, showing you why, ladies and gentlemen, you need to screw that rear wing on extra tight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that Croy McFarlane. No.
Oh.
Really attracted to each other, aren't
No bonnet, no wing. Who needs it?
Mate, carbon fiber's only added weight.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just shed 2 kilos or so.
Craig Schultz gonna try and get down and get by Mal Powell. This is a great drive from Mal Powell. Schultz will finally get the nose down the inside there.
Almost.
And there's another car trying to show the nose as well as Brad Wall. And Zach McDonald ends up taking the opportunity there as well. McDonald will fire his way through. Mack is starting to line it up. Brad Wall looking for the opportunity, as a little bit slow as Mal Powell. Powell's the cork in the bottle here, and now the pack behind them will start to bubble. Brad Wall still trying to hang on around the outside. Hangs onto it, still hangs onto it, but he's going to have the outside down here at Dandenong Road. Is he going to try and stay around the outside? Going to settle it in, but Skulls is going to have a look. So Brad wanted to go single file down here. Skulls will finally let him cue back in. Locks the brake. 2 cars going side by side in the background. There was nearly contact back there. And now there'll be more cars as Brad Mays tries to make the run down. Some real wide at the top of the hill.
Oh, one of the cars just going really wide there. Locked the front brake. He's going to go up to the... Both of them are going to go up to the chicane. One's going to back out. Smart racing. You've just been seeing that a lot, right? Like, just everyone's just been really respectful with their racing. One of the TMX cars up the inside of the I'm really
Motorsports.
ASML.
No, that's SLM. That's SLM.
SLM.
Yeah.
Sorry, my I'm just a bag of marbles in my mouth today. It's terrible. So
Look, mate, I haven't been no support at all. I've just been sitting back and watching you two. You know what? Quick for you, Corey's got himself back up to 17.
yeah, one of the 9.5 Zach Mack up the inside of Mal Power here. Good move. You've seen that a lot, just right up the inside, then taking the move. One will back out, then yeah, there's the move done by Zach Mack on Mal Power.
If I can ask, Shibby, our illustrious producer in the background, can you show us who's pitted and who hasn't? I'm really curious to see what's left.
Everyone but Delaney. Everyone but Delaney has pitted.
Wow.
Oh, and
So
Stewart.
what-
Okay, so there's where Stewart got the spots. That makes sense. I was wondering where...
Colin's
hey,
pitted.
Hey, boxed. I was watching him box.
Yeah, I've got him as pit on mine as well, so that would have happened off camera. And the timing tower hasn't picked it up, so I can tell you for a fact Matt Stewart has pit. So go ahead and ignore that. It's literally Delaney.
I wonder if Delaney has pit now. Timing's just wrong.
Oh, he has. He has. Delaney has not pitted. Sorry, my apologies.
Wow.
Delaney has not pit. Can confirm.
He's doing well holding up Dykey and Coleman like that if he hasn't pitted yet in his time.
Well, if he box, yeah, he won't. I think there'll probably maybe be 2 more stops. For that last stop, he's going to put F all in. Just nothing. So, yeah, the strategies are on. That's for sure. But
Well, hang on. Delaney's gone 44 minutes. He's over halfway. Now, there's 2 safety cars in that. But he's way over halfway. So if he fills the tank from here, he is absolutely a shot at getting home.
Yep.
Now, one of the tricks that some of these guys do actually do is they'll bind themselves an ignition button, and it's worth probably an extra 200 mils a lap on the safety car.
And press that button. I have to do that in the IndyCar, Scott.
Doesn't work so well in the IndyCar.
Oh, I can imagine.
Cars don't like to restart when they're turned off, that's why.
Oh, lovely.
The Indy cars actually get fired up in pit lane by a starter. So that's
right. That's right.
If you stall an Indy car, you're stuffed.
Look at that train. been calling it a snake from day dot. Just look at that. That's awesome. Awesome shot there from the guy behind the scenes, Shibby. Oh, right at the inside. No, he's stopped it. Well done. Well done from Matthew there. That was... Could he got it stopped on Brad Ball?
I'm waiting for the day that we get ourselves a little bit of a Shibby comment. Like, you remember the cameraman back in the 90s? Can't bat, can't bowl, can't field. Get him out of here. Yeah. I'm waiting for the Shibby. Can't drive, can't turn, can't brake.
Like, comment? But,
Don't say that with the boss man in the room, Shibby. That's all I'm saying. Ladies and gents, we have a conscience talking into us behind the scenes sometimes. It's the power of broadcasting.
Guys on YouTube, Dylan Gray, racing is very clean. And Ben Siren, mega job, 9.5 lads.
Good to see Ben Siren, actually. I'm missing him racing in the Porsche Cup. Big Porsche Cup driver, Ben Siren. Loves his Porsche Cup.
Yeah. Looks like Brad Ball's getting a lot of attention at the moment. He's doing really well.
I can tell you, Paul Gerland's done for the night.
Oh no!
I just saw him. Something happened, and I saw him speed in a pit lane. And as soon as I saw him speed on the extra pit lane, I'm like, "Yep, that's it. He's done."
Yep. Yep.
Delaney's fired in, so Delaney's in the lane now. Be interesting to see where he comes back out. Now, the critical factor for everyone here is they can't have made it home from that safety car pit stop, but it will be a splash, is the call. Delaney can make it home from here. The problem for Delaney is he's going to get held up monstrously by traffic.
Yeah. Oh, bit of a lock up there.
And the fuel stop.
Sam Noble in the background too. Yeah, and you talk about that fuel strategy, and it's like... But you got to keep in mind, we've had a couple of safety cars now. That's probably why he's went so long.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's stuck in that corner.
Yeah, that might be a safety car.
No, they've got rolling. They've got rolling. So it was Andrew Proctor was backwards down at turn number 4 on the inside. He was perfectly propped up on the curb. So heaps of space. He's got himself rolling. Good job from Andrew Proctor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so hard to get out of there. I've turned a car there, and yeah, there's no way I've got out of that. And yeah, well done to him. Like Delaney back on track. Look at the clean air he's got. Heaps.
Critical to that strategy. Absolutely critical.
Yeah. Is that company, right? Is it?
Yeah, that's Delaney.
Proctor has just called a request to tow.
Yep.
Oh, hang on.
So if this triggers the safety car, this could mean that Blake Delaney pops back out in the lead. Safety car is out. So safety car will be coming to the end of pit lane.
Yep.
And we're about to get the DSL Welding Services replay. He just goes straight ahead down here at the end of the straight. Straight ahead.
Oh, is the brake... No, the brake lights were on.
Yes, the brakes were locked the whole way in there.
Wow. If we can get a rear shot of that, and I don't know if we can, but...
Just watch. Just puts the foot on the brake. And they just locked the whole way in. He's retarded the car enough to turn into the corner, but I think he's just committed to the brake pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unlucky. But, safety car's been called by the promo department. Thanks to those guys.
So safety car's just sort of releasing drivers at the moment as they come down. He's trying to catch the leader. But of course, everyone's firing into pit lane. I'll tell you what, Bradley Mays hasn't. He stayed out.
Interesting.
I don't mind this. No, sorry, it wasn't Bradley Mays. It was Brad Wall. Brad Wall is leading the motor race. And Matt Keen's gone with him.
Yeah.
I love this strategy. I love this strategy. They would have been a splash short of making it home after that last safety car.
Well, what's it going to bring him out? So who didn't go in for the second pit? Brad,
Keane,
Wall,
Delaney. Sorry, Tyrone Walsh. Sorry, my apologies, Tyrone Walsh. Dylan Thomas did not pit. Everyone else it looks like pits. So the leader previous to this was Jamie Dyke. He's now P5 in the running order. Coleman is P2 in the fuel effective running order. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is assuming that these guys do have to stop again. The front 4 cars, assuming that they do have to stop again. David Coleman will be P2 effectively. Braden Sagassa will be P3. Matt Stewart will be P4.
Yeah, I tell you what, the 1-9 guys would be pretty happy. You know, I'd be pretty happy if I was them. You know, and the fishy guys, like top 3 are fishy, then 4-5 is 1-9. So they can all work together. Not all 5 of them, but obviously.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Brad loses all his track position.
Oh no!
He goes to the tail end of the queue. He's going to be 30th when he comes back out here.
That's I just saw something on track. One of these cars just passed Guy Schultz because he didn't pit, and they've just swapped positions. It's interesting.
Hello.
But Brad Wall just losing all his position there. That will hurt for sure.
There's a few stories being told up and down the field tonight. We're told about the
action is all over the spot. You've got a few Clutterbuck 3 times now.
Yeah, Clutterbuck is one of the drivers we've talked about. Got spun at turn number 1. He's had a long way back. Brad Wall started a long way forwards and has now gone to the back. And that is just about pit lane timing. If Brad had dived in straight away, he'd be still P11. But because he waited, remember what we talked about in the last caution? You pit too late. You pit too early and you pit too late. Brad has caught the safety car, caught the field, and then gone into the lane. The problem is, if you're right at the back of where the leaders are, you're just about going to come out where the safety car is. So you pit straight away. That's why you pit. When you're in the top 10 and you're within 10 seconds of the leader, you pit straight away. Where's the safety car going to pick up? The leader.
Adrian Proctor had a issue with his hardware. First was a wheel issue, and then couldn't shift down, so that's where he lost it.
That makes sense. That was smart what he did then. In the 2 places, look at the 2 places he parked it.
What's going on there? Is that a wave around, is it?
Yep.
What's happening to Blake Delaney?
All right.
He just said, I just heard over the radio. Sorry, Steve. Ty Delaney's got some brake issues. Apparently, just heard Delaney said, "Sorry, mate, I'm sorting out Ty's brake pedal." So maybe that spin that Ty had earlier on, that was all brake issue. That's it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Andy Cowan didn't do fare too well from that exchange either. He's down to 28th now.
Yeah.
What about a lot of repairs to try and do, as well as tyres, fuel. He had the whole deal to do under that pit stop, so he's actually not too badly.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? Is this a race to the end now?
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah, we'll not have to pit again. Well, if you pit under this caution, you won't have to pit again. If your name's Matthew Keane or Tyrone Walsh...
Dylan Thomas. It's Dylan pitted earlier.
Yep.
I thought... so he's good to the end.
Well, Matty Keaton, I thought I saw him had three pits there. Maybe I'm just seeing things.
It's got a crash.
He's gone in fuel early on. That's given him the ability to stay out.
Yeah. Look at that. Look how many cars we've got tonight. That's incredible. Good to see.
Yeah, it's it is crazy. It is. There's 37 left on track. 37 cars tonight, so it's a big field.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome shot there. But
can I just say once again, ladies and gentlemen,
So 7 cars going in now, so they're going in this lap. Then
the end of this lap, yep. A couple of things I do want to talk about is have a look at the breadth of drivers that have won races this week. The breadth of drivers that have won races this week. Braden Sagasti wins Porsche. Who won the Radicals on Thursday night? Was it? It was a new name.
Yeah.
It was Cuttajar, Michael Cuttajar. A whole bunch of new names on the podium that rounded out that podium though. Ray Oliver and Brad Wall were on that.
Yeah.
About to go.
Braden Sagasta wins your Porsche Cup. Wednesday night, Jake Edwards also wins your TCR. Big shout out to him. I actually just received a Facebook post on him, and then he's really rapt to be on a podium with that, and let alone the names he was alongside. NASCAR Trucks was awesome yet again, and they go dirt racing actually tomorrow night. So Shibby, I hope your voice is back because you better get ready to call some dirt racing again.
Everyone loves dirt. I mean, if I'm free on Monday, I'd come race that. That sounds like a joy.
But it's just been one of those weeks where we've seen different names appearing on the podiums.
Yeah.
Just about each and every race. It's just been something completely and utterly different. Matty Keane will have control of the field. A big shout out to Matty Keane Quotes. He's got a good one for you here tonight. Let's hope he gets to tell us in the podium room.
He's got like 25 minutes to go. If he can make it, it's not bad.
Yeah.
This will be a top 5 for sure if he can keep this clean and get a good run. He's got his teammate in behind him, Tyrone Walsh, and have a look at Jamie Dyke, who's getting eager to get this one started. They'll come to the last corner, and here goes. He's not waiting. He's not backing that field up. I think he's gone already. Yeah, indeed he has. Matty Keane will fire the field off, and that is a good decision for the whole pack as they begin to fire their way down. And Matt Keane will lead a lap of this race. It's been a long time between drinks for Matt Keane, and he's keen to get on with it. Matt Stewart's trying to fire it down the inside there as well, pick up a couple spots, and David Coleman's trying to get aggressive. Brad Wall, that is the view from the tail end of the pack. Got his pit strategy slightly wrong from Brad Wall. That is the difference between P11 and P30 for Brad Wall. Have a look at the cars as they snake their way back up the back straight one more time here tonight. 20 minutes plus 4 is what the distance will be. It's going to be about 20 to 23 laps, the remaining race distance, ladies and gentlemen. And it is gone from an enduro to a sprint. Have a look at Dyke. Big wiggle on as he tries to pull the car up.
And Sagasta around.
So Sagasta around. You're 100% right. Catches
it. He keeps going.
And they all get out of there. Oh, there is contact. Corey McFarlane nearly spun someone down at the end of Dandenong Road and checked up a huge pack. It's Mal Powell he's made contact with.
Mal Powell was having an amazing
race there. And McFarlane gets elbowed off the road now.
He's having a night he'd like to forget, that's for sure.
And there is a car backwards in the final sector. I think it's Andrew Proctor. Again. No, Proctor was in the pit lane. My apologies. It was an SLM car.
No.
Oh, chaos down at turn number 1. And now the field will fire their way down in here. And this is going to be chaos as the cars try and rejoin left, right, and center. Where do they come from? Someone is just parked on that curb. They cannot go anywhere.
Oh, Simon Bizzano's car's gone.
David Blake? Brian, I think it might have been Brian Good.
I was going to say Matt Keane.
Oh, it's David Blake.
Matt Keane led that whole lap, so well done to Matt Keane for holding off Dyke for that whole lap.
Jamie Dyke will take the reins of the Fishy Express once more. Stopping all stations on the road to Victory Lane here in Melbourne tonight.
But the weather's not too good in the sim either in Melbourne. It looks like it's going to rain again.
Typical Melbourne weather, yeah.
Yeah.
Cold, wet and miserable. to everyone out there in Melbourne that's managing to get out their sims. It's probably the nicest place around you for miles at the moment, so I hope you're having a bang-up night.
It definitely doesn't look good in the sim. There's your look at Matt Kane. Oh, yeah, he's fuel saving.
He's not going to fight it. He is not going to fight that. He just wants to get attached to David Coleman. So Coleman accepts P number 2. Jamie Dyke is gone.
So if he can hold this off, that's P3. That wouldn't be bad.
I don't like his chances.
Yeah, well he's got a hungry Brian Sagassa behind him, and then he's got Matt Stewart behind him as well. 2 teammates.
And I heard a radio message. Something happened to Ty Delaney on this lap.
Yeah, I did hear something about that.
It was called in by Michael Whitings. The team were working together. They do that. Matt Keen's another one of those ones that doesn't have a microphone hooked up. So his teammate call an incident. Somebody sideways at the last corner. Car rejoining from around the grass. It's Brad Wall again. Oh, and now there is a car off the road. That would be Peter Pavlovich.
Peter Pavlovich, yeah.
Car 72's in pit lane. Tyrone Walsh. He was at the front end of the field.
You wouldn't want to be Josh Schultz right now, would you?
No, I'm wondering how that rear right tyre is not rubbing on the bodywork. And here comes Blake Delaney. Positions the nose to the inside of Josh Schultz. He doesn't fight it, but he might lose 2 for his trouble. Starting to fire it back down the inside as Michael Whiting. When one fish swims on by, the whole school tends to follow.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, Whiting on the outside. Now it's going to crisscross up the inside. No, he's backed out of it.
Sets it up. Now he'll try and build the run on the way down to turn number 1. So Josh Schultz, like a fish out of water, as the Horde will try and chase him down. Safety car's been called again. There is a car sideways between turns 1 and 2. Don't know if it's on the racing surface or not. So the field will get frozen again. And you know what? Matt Keenan will be sitting there and going, now I'm in with a chance. Now I am in with a chance.
Well, it was great race, and Matt Keane actually pushed Brian Sagassa all the way over to the left side of the track. It was awesome. DSL Welding Services replay here. So that bad wall and so Brent's just gave him a tap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah. Just a little bit too much contact. Brad will be killing himself for that.
Yeah, he would be. Unlucky from Pete. But, you know, Pate's just giving him a little bit of a tap, and I think it might have been a bit of net code that pushed him off much.
It's tricky. It's just positioning, isn't it? You're just going to get the car in the right spot at the right time, and he didn't.
Yeah. And, you know, these things are 1,500 kilos. They're like a wrecking ball. If you got a touch, it's got to...
Keen's in! Keen's going to back to pit lane. He wasn't going to make the end of the race.
No. That's going to kill him.
Oh, he's going to be at the tail end of the field now. He had to commit. There's no reason to stay out under that last safety car. Absolutely none. He's screwed the pooch.
That is a big drop.
So got a couple of messages coming from Facebook. So one of my teammates, wish I was in there. Looks fun as with exclamation marks. So yep.
Yeah, well, tell him to get quicker in the TCRs, Jake Jackson.
Shots fired from Scotty Rankin.
Was he there on Wednesday night? I didn't see the name actually. Did Jake actually race?
Where was he?
Because he was in the Porsche Cup, but I didn't see him on Wednesday night.
No, so he's been doing Oz Pro Am, and he's actually sitting in P2. He's been focused on the GT3s and the Cup car. So I don't think he was there, to be honest. I think it was Matt Stewart. No, it wasn't Matt Stewart. No, who was it?
Isn't Oz Pro Am on Thursday nights, or if they've switched the nights they're running again?
I think it's Thursday, yeah. But
well, I mean, Jackson was there on the... I swear he was there in the Porsche Cup. I must be wrong.
Yeah, he was in the Cup car. Yeah, because he said he can do Oz and what's his name?
Okay, so he can actually cross them over. Huh? There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the TCR. Okay.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't like the setup for the TCR. He felt very uncomfortable with it. So he backed out and did something else. I think he did something really random.
He must have been in the Audi then.
No, he was in the Elantra or what? The Elantra?
Elantra, the Hyundai
Elantra?
Elantra. Yeah. The worst of the two Hyundai cars, and the one that actually
100%.
Sim Racing World has a livery for. You know which one they don't have a livery for, Steve? Which Hyundai don't they have a livery for, Steve?
I don't know. The one where this shit guy drives in.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, gotta love the. Oh well, Scotty, we've got a livery for that in the 1.9 guys. So.
You see that, Steve? You see? They're trying to poach me, mate. They're buttering me up with paints and pretty things, and I tell you what, I am a sucker for pretty things.
Pretty things.
Next, I'll be offering you his jelly beans, mate.
Love you, Steve.
Sugar and shiny things. Yeah. Look, who was it? We were talking about Petar Pavlovich a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Connor, what would make you let Petar Pavlovich pass? Is a bucket of popcorn chicken? You said it was a few wicked wings.
Yeah. So the joke is, if anyone would let me, if I'd let anyone go, it was a kebabs. So Steve, I know we both like kebabs, bro. So if you want to toss a kebab out the window, bro, go for it. But I'm a sucker.
Kebabs.
Yeah, bro. We're both wogs, man. So yeah, kebab. Anyone, if you see me on track, yeah, just send the kebab out the window, bro. Behind the tinfoil.
Too white for this commentary box.
Yeah.
Not chicken. I like a doner with no onion because I get reflux. So yeah.
What kind of wog are you to get reflux?
Oh, bro, yeah. Some more gay. Seriously.
Eddie Davidson on YouTube's Go Hard, Zach McDonald, all the crews watching, stay in the zone, drive your race, good luck.
It's good to see. Zach needs a little bit of a pump up. Last couple of weeks have not been kind.
Here you go, Scott. Jake Jackson. I was in the TCR, got taken out. P2 in quali, P4, sorry.
Yeah, so he's P4 in quali. Okay.
Yeah. But he was in the TCR. Sorry, Jake. I probably should remember that.
Sorry. Who was on pole position on Wednesday night? I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember. It might have been May Keen.
No, it was no.
No, it wasn't.
Are we going back to the Scotty Rankin story again, are we?
Yeah. That's the one. There you go.
We went from kebabs to Rankin. What a combo.
Mate, we go. There's a reason they call me Rattlegun.
There's less than 15 minutes left in this.
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably talk about the rains.
Yeah. And safety cars about to pull away, and they're going to be off and racing. Dyke, Coleman, Zagerson, Stewart, Delaney, Schultz, Whiting, Schultz, Norris, Mazzamo, McDonald, Scholes, McFarlane back to 13th. Noble, he's had an average races at 14th. Mal Powell doing well.
That was a very good run from Mal Powell.
Quash is at 17th, he probably won't be as happy with that. Mays 18th, Clutterbuck at 19th, he probably won't be happy with that. Cowan, yeah, he's probably done a bit better than that. 20, Ty Delaney 21st, Brian Good, he's dropped right back, we expect a lot more of him tonight. Dylan Thomas, Blade Wall, Matty Keane, T Walsh, Blakely, there's a few guys down the back there that we expect to be right up the front.
Before we go green, I better say this. Eddie Davison, go Zach McDonald. All the crew are watching. Stay in the zone and drive your own race. Good luck. Adam Simpson, go the fishy boys.
And Step Van's tip of the week.
Because that's what I just said.
Weaving does nothing, apparently. Weaving does nothing. Well, they're going to fire it off from the final corner. Jamie Ike's going nice and early. The number one car in the number one position. Defending his title is Jamie Dyke, and he'll do the run down to turn number one. Look for the chaos to unfold yet again. Back there in the pack, and with 30 plus cars around such a short track, chaos is inevitable. The 1.9 cars will fight it on the way down to turn number one. Coleman is defending for all his money, and Delaney's looking for any open hole that he can potentially find. But McFarlane started to try and cut his way back through the pack, back up to P12. The recovery effort from McFarlane's been spectacular. Schultz gets a great run out. Delaney's already cut one way through. So he's past now Matty Stewart, and Chili then has chilled. His time is gone. It's now the male model who'll strut his stuff down Broadway.
Yeah, it's Matt Stewart. I think he might have let him go, but better contact in the back from Corey McFarlane and one in the 9.5 entries. Ty Delaney were on board.
Oh, there's some brake lock-ups. There's a ton of smoke down here at Dandenong Road. Who's wide? Who's picked it up nicely? Mal Powell's still managing to hang on to that. 3 wide on the run to second last corner. They'll check it up. They'll back out of it. Everyone's looking for their spot.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's just going for it. There's not long to go. So everyone's getting the elbows out. Brian Sagassa holds up the inside. Delaney's got to buy him. So Delaney's in P3 now.
So Fisher returned to 1, 2, 3. So the drive back through the pack from Blake Delaney. How good is the recovery from Corey McFarlane? McFarlane's up to P10. Car wide at turn number 1. That's not Brad Wall again, is it? No, I think it's Dylan Thomas. It was Dylan Thomas wide at turn number 1. And he rejoins finally, gets himself settled back down in there. Wall's starting to cut his way back through the pack, but it's been a long recovery effort from Brad Wall. It's just not gone his way tonight.
So Dave Blake's got to drive through for some for an incident coming through there.
And you won't like this one, Connor. Drive-through penalty for the team boss over at 1-9 for contact with Ty Delaney on lap 43. And I think that might have been the incident that triggered the safety. No, it was Proctor that triggered the safety car. Don't worry about it. Sorry, my apologies. That was just before the safety car was triggered, though. So that will drop both of those guys right out of the pack. And now Cowlin's found the fence, I think. So there's something that's just gone on in the last corner of this lap for Andrew Cowan.
Yeah, Cowie just getting on the radio. Sounds pretty frustrated of what's happened. So race stewards will deal with that.
Another drive through. T. Walsh has got a drive through.
Oh, Brad Wall's got contact. Yeah, Brad Wall picked up a drive-through penalty for contact with Peter Pavlovich.
No.
That's what we did see, yeah.
Oh, he's going to be gutting himself. Oh, unlucky. Michael Whiting just, putting the dive on Matt Stewart. The Chili Bins hold him off.
It'll be cool, calm and collected to defend down at Dandenong Road, and Stewart will hang on for another one. A Ryan Sim Racing car just runs it wide. That was Jacob Hughes defending from Mal Powell. Those guys will go side by side. Powell gets the nose ahead in the second last corner. You look up, you look left, you look down. There's fighting everywhere. Powell runs wide. That manages to allow Hughes to get around the outside, and now somebody else lining it up. It's Bradley Mays who'll have a crack down the inside. He picks up 1, he picks up 2. Mays is going to grab a bunch of spots down here at turn number 1.
Yeah, just all committing 2 wide. Yeah, and they're going to go back to single file. No, 2 wide. No, back to single file. Good racing by those guys.
And it's 8 minutes now and 15 seconds left on the clock. First time past the stripe after time has expired. Car backwards at turn 1, and that's Ty Delaney.
Yeah. And Brian Sagassa's on the back of Blake Delaney as well.
An Alpha Venturi car just cut the course there as well, so that'll be a slowdown penalty for them. They'll have to dump some time.
Tell you what, race control's been kept very busy at the moment.
Tyrone Walsh and I think Matty Keane fighting it out on the run down to Dandenong Road. Walsh will yield the position. Keane will fire the way back down through. No, Walsh hang on to it. Now Keane will get the job done. Michael Quash is actually, I'm really impressed with this drive from Michael Quash. Been very, very quiet, and he's gained spots just about all night long.
Nice move, nice and clean.
Nice and clean. So right, Sim Racing, a machine of Aidan Norris, who will also be participating in NASCAR Truck Series duties tomorrow night. When they go slideways. Collins back up and inside the top 10. And there he is. He's just got out a shot. Now he's tagged on the back of a couple more cars. Zachary McDonald will be his next victim. He is going hunting.
That was a spun.
Jacob Hughes on the radio as well. The stewards are just at it tonight. They're not it's not a boring race tonight. That's for sure. Adam Proctor
made his way all the way back up to 10th after all that.
Yep.
Yeah, and now starting to crawl all over the back of Zachary McDonald. So McDonald's got his hands full. Kleiderbach tries to fire it down the inside of his teammate, which is Michael Quash. So we're talking about fishies and there's no love lost. Well, TMX boys, there's no love lost either. Remember back to last season, they said they've never driven the Australian tracks on iRacing bar Bathurst. That's the only one.
Yeah, it's incredible to hear. Jai Schultz up the inside.
Oh, makes contact!
I think Jai just got sideways there. Corey McFarlane goes on the outside, almost past the 9.5. It's going to be on the outside here. 9.5 up the inside. Corey's on the outside. Send it Sim Sports. He might not get the run. They've got enough for Bonnet.
Clutterbuck is fun. Don't know if it was with his teammate or not.
Well, Zach McDonald is continuing this duel with Corey McFarlane. McFarlane on the outside, he just gives him a touch, but you'll say McFarlane might have turned in there. McFarlane will pick up a slow-down penalty. The slide there from Zachary McDonald's. The hands, how good was the handiwork to hang on to that one?
That was them. That was all three of them got through that. That was incredible.
And all three of them could have been in the wall in 2 seconds flat.
5 minutes to go now as time starts to expire. Safety car will be relegated to pit lane. There will be no more full course yellows. This is it. The duel to the end. Who's in front? What spots can you make? Where are your eyes looking at this point in time?
Michael Whiting on the back of Braden Sagassa here. If Michael Whiting gets top 5, all fishy. So Braden's defend this like there's no tomorrow. Michael Whiting on the back here on the shot. Great shot here from
8th now as well.
Now we'll start to cast our eyes further down the pack. How good's the drive from Malpal? Cowan has recovered a P19. That's actually a really good drive, and now he'll be crawling all over the back end of Malpal. Malpal's had his hands full ever since these last couple of restarts.
No, Malpal was black flag for contact. 90. 0.96.
Jacob Hughes was the car he made contact with, and I did hear that one called in on the race radio as well. Tyrone Walsh up to P17. Good drive from him. Whiting, here it goes, lines him up, down the inside of Sagassa. Sagassa will squeeze him tight, make him go the hard way around down the inside at turn number 1. Side by side on the run at turn number 2. Continues the side by side action. Stewart will start to close back in on these guys as Sagassa hangs on to it. Down the inside, still there for Michael Whiting. The run now. You'd have to say it'll come from Sagassa. Does the side draft play a factor now?
Is Sagassa doing a bit of bumping on the straight? Look at this.
It will. It is side drafting. They're going to try and pull each other back. Sagassa's going to go to the outside down here at Dandenong Road. Just barely gets it pulled up. Whiting runs it wide. Now Sagassa will look for the opportunity down the inside. Pitches the brake. Stewart's staring in the equation. Through at the rear of them all comes Craig Schultz to clean up all the marbles.
Wow, that was some amazing driving there.
And Sagassa in the final sector of the race goes from hero on Thursday night 2-0.
Yeah, tough. That was pretty tough from Sagassa.
With Matty Skull.
Sam Noble just running off the track from a bit of contact there. Matty Stewart's going to go up the inside of Craig Schultz.
And anyone would think that we've only got 1 lap left. There's still 3 minutes, ladies and gents.
The chili went on the back. He's throwing it out.
Hang on.
Craig. The inside, Matty Stewart.
You don't see that. That move just does not happen down the inside at turn 4. And Sagassa's got the best run of them all. Now they're all just crawling all over each other. Look at the headlights of the 1.9 Sim Racing cars. The bright purple, the eyes. They'll be boring into the rearview mirror now of Craig Schultz. He cannot look rearward. There's 2 purple glowing things coming right at him.
Yeah, it sounds pretty scary, purple things, but I'm surprised someone hasn't called it a certain name, but yeah, but those two have just been stuck together all race. Oh, huge lockup from one in the 9.5 Sim Sports coming down the hill.
You've heard of the green-eyed monster. It's time for the purple-eyed monster. Matt Stewart, he is what lurks in the dark.
Yeah. Croy's on the back of the...
And the moment there from the Alpha Venturi car, it is chaos. Zach Max had an issue. He's now going backwards.
Zach Max spun.
He's back to 21st. McDonald's in pit lane. McDonald's done.
He's towed.
That's so unfortunate. They're going to look at it after the race. Corey's behind the 2 purple cars now. Oh, I reckon Braden Sagassa would be gutting right now.
What's just happened there? It's Dyke, Delaney, Whiting.
Contact, Corey!
Oh! Sagassa and McFarlane have now come together. Sagassa got in all kinds of sideways. Down at the end of Dandenong Road. Race controller, have a look at that one post-race.
Oh, that was really dirty. Yeah, that's see what happens
And the white
there.
flag is out. Finally, the race will come to conclusion. Right on board with Zachary Vlashbaum. Will look forward at another fishy car and Dylan Thomas, and he's got Andrew Cowan in his rearview mirror as well. That is the fastest sports sedans I've seen in a good long while.
No wings. Who needs wings?
You had a wingless Sprints, ladies and gentlemen. That is a wingless V8 supercar on the screen right there. The 2 SLM boys still not giving it up. Keeney and Walsh going toe-to-toe to the last lap. Keeney finally got the job done on Tyrone Walsh, but Walsh has not disappeared from that rearview mirror. Keep the eyes forward now. It's going to be Jamie Dykes. And Delaney did not crawl onto the back of these guys, but they'll round out the podium nonetheless. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish will own you, fish. So the Fishy Motorsports crew out of the final turn. Whiting will be a few car lengths back. Craig Schultz, what a drive for a P number 5. Matt Stewart, the thing that lurks in the dark, gets back to P6. Good strategy calls from Matt Stewart here tonight. That's what's promoted him up the grid. Good, clean driving. Sagassa's a little upset, a little annoyed with P8, but McFarlane sneaks by into P7. Norris will sneak home at P9. Mazzomo picks up P10. And will be a little bit unhappy with that. Skulls will be okay with P11. Schultz will come home in P12 after qualifying inside the top 10. Jai Schultz will be a little bit annoyed with that one, but chaos at Sandown. Sam Noble, Michael Quash, Keane, Walsh, Thomas comes across the line. Flashbomb, Cowan, and Clutterbuck will be home in a few to round out your top 20. And I tell you what, can we just come back to Sandown every week?
No, I'm sick of it. 4 days, man. We've all we've been here so many times, but yeah, Sandown's such a great track. Like, you really can't beat it in a way. You know, it's just so action-packed. Like as the fishies are just doing donuts. Fishies up the hill. So like massive congrats to those guys. Top 4 taken out. They'll come in here and Doug will go, oh, I lost something here, and awesome job.
Corey did well to get back to 7th after all that.
Well, unofficial for Corey McFarlane, because that incident with Sagassa was to be looked at post-race.
Yeah, interesting what happened with those 2, but we'll see what the officials say about that. But what a night though.
Crazy. Hayden Norris from 18th to 9th. That's big climbing
That's
from
a
him.
big drive. But that's what you expect from Hayden. He's one of those drivers where he'll find a way to earn points.
Matty Stewart for 14th to 6th. There's the traditional flashing lights of Dyke.
Yeah, hi Dyke. Yeah, in 1-9 we call him Mr. Consistent, Matt Stewart. So yeah, but yeah, look at Dyke. He just burning those rear tyres up. Well done to him. He's won a couple of championships and he deserves it massively. So well done to him.
Come out of her enduro and then do this as well is it's pretty spectacular.
Great effort. Yeah, it is.
Where's Mr. Coleman? He'd be smoking them up somewhere.
Hang on, ladies and gents. We just got the update to Corey McFarlane. We'll get a 5-second post-race penalty. So can we go back to that post-race screen? Just so we can do the math on that one.
So Braden will get that spot, I think.
No, hang on. I think there was a post-race penalty added to Braden Sagassa, because I think Sagassa went back and rubbed him and said, hey, I was not happy with the way I was treated by it. So McFarlane will end up with the spot, but they will both drop 5 seconds. I think was what I heard. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
I didn't really hear all of it, so I think we're both on the same page here. So
Yeah, but that's
Corey. So position 10 is 20 seconds back. Corey would probably just only drop to about 11th.
I don't think you could drop that far.
Drop. Yeah.
Corey would drop.
Yeah, from 9th till 10th is
He would finish P9. He would finish P9 at worst, and that's if I misheard what I heard about Braden Sagasa. If Sagasa also gets a penalty, they'll both drop one spot to Aiden Norris. So Aiden Norris will get elevated to P7 if that's the case. Remember, that's if that's the case.
Correct. Yep. So after all that, that was wow.
What a night! What a night!
Yeah.
Too many people, mate. I think that's our issue. That's our issue. But it's a good issue though.
It's a massive grid. It's a good problem to have.
It is.
But,
yeah,
wow.
Look at that. I think you'd be proud of your league, mate. We can say that proudly.
Oh, I'm very proud.
Man, that's why you get the two guys with ADHD in the league to come do your commentating, right? Because they can look everywhere at once. You can't.
Yeah, good on you.
Look.
No, I'm kidding.
I'd also we could have 3 screens for all our viewers, so they can see everything that we can see. So everything from the back to the front to we literally need to run 3 SRW stations.
Yeah, mate, everyone would be cross-eyed. It'd be pretty cool even if we got everyone to get them to live stream their stuff. Then you could swap cameras and actually just have onboards of their cars. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But just everyone getting in one big Discord and all deafening each other, and then hey.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I know it wouldn't. But, hey, it'd be cool.
First and foremost, I'm going to have too much fun talking to everyone in the middle of the race, which is not conducive to good racing.
Yep, 100%. Sunday, I tell you what, Sunday would definitely be second on the best race of the week, that's for sure. That was an awesome race.
Oh, yeah. There's been some mega racing this week. There's been some really good racing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I don't know who Greg said that to. Greg just said somebody was showing off. I have no idea.
Yeah, no. Doc is doing
yeah.
Doc is doing some dummies. Have you noticed have you noticed that Dockie's got is got a number 1 on his car now?
I didn't notice that. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So he's officially got the number 1 on his vehicle now.
So I can get you a confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. McFarlane and Sagasa both received 5-second post-race penalties, so they will maintain their order. And it was, I do want to stress this because I want to stress this to anyone who is listening that is a driver within SRW, because this is a standard setup. Car 16 took it upon himself to go and rub car number 94 post-race and let him know he was unhappy with the racing conduct that he was shown. That is not on. That is not on, and car number 16 has picked himself up a 5-second penalty. He doesn't make that contact, he gets swapped back from McFarlane. But because he's gone ahead and done that, they both drop. So 2-spot promotion for Aiden Norris from P9 to P7. 1 spot down each for Corey McFarlane and Sagasa. So your new top 10 will read from P5 down is Craig Schultz, P5, Matt Stewart, Hayden Norris in P7, Corey McFarlane P8, Braden Sagasa P9, and Simon Mazzomo P10. And that is absolutely critical because that is a standard that is getting set.
Yeah,
100%. Just to let you guys know, while we're flapping our gums and everything like that, Dykey's been doing donuts and burnouts and probably hoping he's on camera, but he's not.
I don't know how much fuel he's got, but he's got a lot.
That's just too much fuel. Okay, so Blake Delaney is going to reach out and issue an apology. He's unable to attend the podium this evening, just due to issues with Ty and fixing things up for him.
Yeah, it's not an issue.
But anyway, we'll move on with the podium celebrations.
Can't get much airtime. Felt like a billiard ball. there for a while. You got some airtime, Cowie, as you did, but yeah, there was a lot of action going on all over the place, and it was hard to keep everyone on cams. We did the best we could, but yeah, it's not easy.
Anyway, we're going to move on with our podium celebrations. I do want to say to Cowie, mate, just register yourself for the sports sedans next time. Stop trying to make it into a sports sedan halfway through the race, mate.
Blake
Hey, Delaney has made it, so we will get to interview all three fish. How about that?
There you go.
So Blake, we'll start off with you. A little bit tonight. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Which fish are you and why?
Oh, I'm white. Interesting. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out the penalties with Ty. Yeah, it was a good race. Had a heap of fun. Tried to go an alternate strategy. Got caught out on a safety car, and that was it. Only pitted once though, so I'll take that.
Yeah, that safety car just came at the wrong time, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I felt like if it didn't come out, Jamie and Coleman were really worried about fuel, and as soon as it came out, that was it.
Yeah, it just changed the whole race to you, because you looked like you were in a really good position, and then it just came out. It was like, they just screwed that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the wave arounds got me as well. I forgot about the fact that there was wave arounds in here. Had they not been there, probably would have been able to get a decent gap on Jamie. I think we had about 8 or 9 cars between us, but it's all good. Heaps of fun. Great for the fishy boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dylan had a pretty strong run. Ty had a fairly strong run. He was in a bit of the wars tonight, causing a couple, and was the recipient of a couple, so he did all right.
Yeah, that's good. How is the young fella? How's he coping with all the cars?
Yeah, he's loving it. He's doing a great job. Just need to get him practicing a little bit more, and he'll be right up there.
He'll be the kingfish one day.
Yeah, it's starting to get a bit worrying, to be honest.
As long as he doesn't get better looking.
Yeah, well, we might be in a bit of strife there too.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. You're not a bad day considering you've done a full Bathurst.
Yeah, came in tonight with no practice. It's not like we haven't done a lot of laps around here though. But massive shout out though, I suppose, to Jamie. He did a great job today as well. Killed it in the race in the 1000 and also tonight. But a massive kudos needs to go to David Coleman, because that's probably one of the best drives. I was giving him a fair bit of curry on Discord to put him off quite significantly, but he did not blink, and I just couldn't catch him. He was killing it.
There's a bit of banter going on. There is a bit of banter going on between you.
Oh, there was heaps. Yeah, no, definitely. We were right into it at the safety car. I said, if I can get these 2 cars really quickly, Coleman, you're in trouble, and I just couldn't get him. He was just way too fast. Coleman's pace around, he's like the pro driver of Sandown. He never ever finishes outside the top 3.
Yeah, he's done well actually. He's done really well. His quality was the best he's done, but yeah, during the race he was just there all day, just at the nipping at the heels.
Yeah, absolutely. He was getting a bit annoyed at the start because Jamie and I were moving around on the front straight and the back straight, but he wanted us just to stay still so he could get a decent draft and get past us, but we had none of that.
Good to hear. Good to hear that there was none of that. I like it.
No, it was heaps of fun. Good race. How'd you guys go up in the box? Was it entertaining?
My my neck is screwed from looking left, right, up, down, trying to find where all the action's going up.
It did sound like a pretty entertaining race. There was a few safety cars and a fair bit called in, but it's a good track to race around. So, yeah, hopefully it looked good on the broadcast.
Right.
Yeah,
so
well.
The big question: do we just leave you here in the commentary box to wait for Jamie Dyke to come in at the end of the interviews and you do all the sponsorships? Is that what?
No, absolutely not. Make him do it. Tell him, just let him know at the start of it that I'm coming back to do the sponsors for him, and then don't invite me back. Yeah, we'll go from there.
Okay. All right, done. Can do. Yeah. David Coleman only has one sponsor, so it's easy for him. He just takes DC Shades and then says, "Yeah, Jamie will do the rest."
He's a shady bugger. No, DC Shades is a team sponsor, but David Coleman is the man behind the wheel at DC Shades, so big plug for them.
Nice work. Nice work.
Righto.
Well, mate, it's as usual, and great racing, and see you during the week, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Good on you, boys. Have a good night.
Well, hang on. More importantly, I saw you one Wednesday night at the TCRs. Where have you been?
Ty's got a driving academy in the go-karts.
Ah.
Yeah, so we go to that, and I just can't make it back. I made it back one night. I can't get back in time, but he's got a real-world problems, obviously. But he does a go-karting academy starts at 4 o'clock and doesn't finish till 7, I think. So we just can't make it back in time, mate.
Oh, mate, that's epic. Oh, go do that. Are you kidding?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where was my invite? That's the only question. Where was my invite?
What night's that? Yeah?
On Wednesday nights at Le Mans Go-Karts.
Ah, okay. Nice.
It's an academy coaching training thing that he's got himself into. So, yeah, bit of fun for him.
Good on him. Good to hear he's out there behind the wheel. It doesn't matter what wheel it is, as long as he's out behind the wheel.
Absolutely, yeah, and he's loving it.
Well, maybe one day he'll be up there fighting for an F1 position. Who knows?
Jeez, imagine that, eh?
Congratulations, driver of the 08 for Fishy Motorsports, Blake Delaney.
On you, boys. Have a good one.
Take care, mate.
Moving on, P number 2, and if he unmutes the microphone, I can guarantee you, if he was to ever turn his webcam on, David Coleman would be wearing shades every time he gets in the car. Never takes them off. Those DC shades are just too good looking, aren't they, Dave?
Yeah, special team advisor, mate. That's how it rolls, yeah.
Mate, tricky night here tonight at Sandown. Cars going this way, that way, up, down, left, right, and centre.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at the front. It was just a bit tough with the safety cars, and I'll give Braden credit. He didn't mind a good dive on turn 1, so I was pretty cautious of that.
Sandown. So we obviously talked to you during the qualifying, during the top 10 shootout. Said it's happy hunting ground for you. Probably not expecting to come away with a P2, but you know, when Corey McFarlane makes mistakes, you got to make the most of them. And Blake made a little mistake on the strategy, tried to go with the opposite thing. Again, it's just you've got to pick things up. You've got to be there to pick up the pieces.
Pretty much. Blake was quite clever, actually. He was more playing the time game, as we were more looking at laps. So it almost paid off for him. But yeah, I was a bit surprised Corey not being up there, so it kind of made it a bit more of a stalemate between the four of us. But the problem is, as much as we say, you know, we'll race fair and that, it never end up bloody working out. Like we end up, you know, we all want to win, so it ends up being a good bit of fun.
Mate, it's only as good. It only works as long as you don't end up with a Red Bull. It's Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen. It's what's the street circuit? Yeah. You know, we all know the incident.
Yeah, exactly. It does happen, but yeah, we try to eliminate it. So we probably do drive a bit cautiously. But yeah, Blake and that were hanging up, so I kind of played the fuel strategy and just tried to save some fuel behind them and see if I could jump them in the pits. But the safety car never allowed us to do like a full stint and, you know, maximise that fuel save.
Series is kicking off now and things are sort of all starting to align. The stars are coming together for you. Championship hopes. You think you've got what it takes? What is it going to take for David Coleman to step up and put one over Jamie Dyke?
Probably just need that. I'd say probably top fives if Corey's up there, and there's a few other names that are probably going to pop up. You know, different tracks like Phillip Island, for example. You know, not too good at Oran Park. We did that race there, and it was a bit of a disaster for everyone. So I still think it's probably anyone's game, really. But if you can get a consistent top five, you're going to be in it, I think.
So you're saying maybe this targeting the sprint races with the reverse grids, that's potentially on the cards?
Just try to finish top five every race I can and maximise and just not have any mistakes. So, like as you can see tonight, Corey had a shocker, you know, starting P10, and then I don't know, something happened to get a drive through, and you're playing the back foot all night. So if you can top five it, I think you're going to be in for a chance.
In terms of things, happy so far with how everything's going. Happy with the improve. We talked about a lot last season. The levels come up from you, Dave, and I think that's the kicker. The next one's turning it into consistency, and that's all starting to come together as well. You know, what's the next step? What is your next step personally?
I think this season, like, I'm probably, as much as you say it's there, like the Australian tracks a lot. Like, I think you're gonna find this season a lot of people are gonna, be quite competitive. And it's already proving that it's quite competitive and tight up the front. So I think, with the Australian tracks, everyone's done plenty of racing around here. Majority of the Australian tracks I do like, and I'm pretty quick at. Like, Sandown flows for my style. That's probably why I'm, probably genuinely quick around here. But I go somewhere like Phillip Island, for example, even Bathurst. Like, I'm not quick there, but I normally end up, top 10, in all the big races. So it's just a matter of just, try and maximise the result from what happens and qualify well.
All right, mate, and we had a deal with Blake. You get to thank your sponsor, obviously, and then Jamie has to do every other one. So who's
my sponsor's everyone's sponsor, but yeah, DC Shades is my business. We're just been lucky enough that the ones who we've got to run our sponsor on our car instead of just like a certain spot each year. So big shout out to Mike for allowing that to happen, and we all work together. Obviously, all the sponsors help out and do their part for what puts a show on the road for us. So,
mate, congratulations, another P2, another big result for you. Very, very happy with that one. Have a great night, Dave.
Thanks, boys.
Take care, Dave. Good run, mate. Good run.
And finally, we go down to the man who I can just about guarantee is still on the front stretch turning donuts, because I saw him about 30 seconds ago doing exactly that.
No.
The service shut down, mate. Service shut down.
Yeah, you took too long to see my awesomeness.
I was watching you on iRacing live, and
I'm gonna say it was intentional. We took that long just so you wouldn't be doing donuts whilst you were talking to us.
I was just trying to prove how much fuel we had.
Oh, get out!
We obviously didn't expect there to be that many safety cars there. Yeah. Jeez, Coleman's quick. Oh.
mate, he's gonna win one of these things.
Probably. No joke. Like, I know the boys take the mickey out of me for muting myself on Discord, but probably for the last 15 minutes of that race, I was deafened because Colin was just reeling me in, and he'd make a mistake, and then I'd make a mistake, and it was just intense.
And it's at that level too, Jamie. Talk to us about the mindset when it's going on with that. Obviously, great mates, great teammates. You've worked together for so long, but you always want to be that guy that comes out on top. And it's one mistake can breed a second mistake, can breed a third mistake, and then you get into your own head. But it's about competing at that level, and it's not removing all the mistakes. It's just minimizing them.
Yeah, that's it. And even deafened, I was, entering turn one sideways for a lot of it. We took some of the wing out of it, and I knew Blake was on the wind up to everyone, and I wasn't actually that worried about Blake. I felt like I had a little bit of pace on Blake, but Coleman was just next level. Like, I'm surprised he didn't take me in that last stint.
Well, that's what we talked about over the last couple of seasons, is obviously he's creeping forward. There's nothing in it now between you three. I'm literally just waiting for the day where it's Dave Coleman 1, Jamie Dyke 2, to be perfectly honest. It's
happened
not
to
that
Fuji.
far away.
Happened to Fuji last season. Yeah.
It did too, yep.
He got me turn one, sneaky little pass, and then off he went.
But that's also the V8 Supercars. They do a lot of tracks just sort of get into that single groove. It's not easy to overtake, and Sandown's one of them. And qualifying such a big part around here. Obviously, the first part of qualifying, it wasn't perfect, but it was enough to get you into the top 10. It was the same in the top 10. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't peak pace from Jamie Dyke, but you've got to make it stick, and you did in the top 10 shootout.
Yeah, I consolidated real well, and I think round one, no points. I'll take my drop around round two. So, technically one race first. I'm in the good books for another season.
But
Well,
you've got to now look at the rest of
maintain
this.
that number 1 on your car. Looks a bit weird, mate.
Sorry, what was that?
So you got to maintain that number 1 on the car. It looks a bit weird.
Yeah, I'll try. Corey's definitely going to give us a run for his money, but I guess he'll be taking a drop round tonight. So yeah, I just got to stick to my guns and finish better than the 7th for the rest of the season.
Nice. Well, I think it's going to be a tough run to the end of the season. We've got some interesting tracks coming up again, because we're repeating them all. So it's going to be fun.
Oh, definitely. Corey's going to be extremely strong at Bathurst, and Oran Park, as we saw from the no points round, he was insanely quick there. So he'll give me a real fight, and I'm sure I'll make him sweeten his boots a little as well.
Well, that's what we're hoping, because we want to see the clash all the way to the last round to make it an epic storyline.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Righto, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jamie Dyke, winner of tonight's race from Sandown, the Enduro round, and Blake Delaney's thrown you in the deep end here tonight, mate. So you've had 10-15 minutes to get that sponsor list ready.
Yep.
What are they?
Obviously, I'd like to thank our boys, Infinity Designs, Precision Sim Trading, DC Shades, Relax Marine and Game Fishing, Adrenaline Images, West End Motor Group, and Battery Warehouse. And I'd like to thank Kirby, Blake, Whiting, Angus, Paulie for all the help, and Blake obviously for driving in the 1000 today. We didn't get where we could have at the end, but we came up 10 posies ahead of where we qualified, so we did awesome. So well done, and thank you, boys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Dyke takes it out here in your DSL Welding V8 Supercars from Sandown. Well, I think I'm actually going to say that sanded down was just about how Race Control felt at the end of that one. They got an absolute hammering from just about every direction. It was a tricky night to call up here in the booth, Steve, but pleasure for making it possible, brother.
No, look, it was all it was awesome. I love it. Some people don't, but I love it. But you know what? We'll do it again next week.
That's it. We will do it all again next week. Ladies and gents, the way that they all rattle themselves off this week, it's going to be tomorrow night your NASCAR Truck Series goes Slideways. The once every season fixation of dirt. It's apparently good for you. It's apparently good for all that ails you. NASCAR Truck will go there. Backing it up with dirt done right is the 360 Sprint Cars on your Tuesday night. Wednesday, we'll see the return of TCRs, followed by Formula 3. That also came your way from Sandown this week. Where are they off to next? Somewhere in Australia, that's for sure. Thursday night, your SR8 Radicals, no longer the SR10. Stephen Sinkovich is your reigning SR10 champion, already crowned. Go ahead and take your crown, Stephen. Well done. Followed by Porsche Cup Racing. Friday night, your GT3 Mini Enduros, the 90-minute racing. That series is already locked at stores. There are no more entries invited to that. And on Friday night, we got a taste of exactly why that is. Saturday night, everyone gets a night off. Oh, joy. Sunday night, return back here once again for DSL Welding Services V8 Supercars. Taking a look at your final results, that's up there on the screen. Pete Pavlovich all the way down there in P33, 11 laps off the pace. Brad Wall wasn't finishing the race. There's a couple drivers that'll be a little bit disappointed. Mal Powell ran strong until the last few laps where he picked up a penalty. Keane will get back to 15th. Michael Quash actually did quite well to finish off in P14. So a whole list of drivers there right up and down the field who'll be both happy and sad. It's always the way it goes. Drama aplenty when V8 Supercars go racing. I'm Scotty Rattlegun Rankin. He was Stephen Sinkovich. Connor Nixon says his sorriest of apologies because unfortunately he's had to bail off to get some rest. We'll see you all tomorrow night when we go racing once more.